can see me in widescreen format tonight. Let me know if that is the case. So we are doing it a slightly bit different tonight. We are doing it in widescreen. So let me know if you can see me. Hopefully you can. I am just going to double check though tonight that you can see me to make sure that I am appearing, because again, this is a bit of a different format tonight. We're not using the phone. We are using the channel laptop to try and broadcast this. I know a lot of people have been saying they want to see it in widescreen format. So let's see if you can see me. Hopefully you can. Let me know in the chat if you can see me. I'm just going to put a quick message up in the chat to make sure to see if people can see it. Hopefully you can. Let me know that if you can. Put a message in the chat. If I'll put a message, can you all see this? Bit different, isn't it? So tonight you've got, yeah, I think you must be able to see me, because I think Vanessa has, yes, you can see me in widescreen. That's great to know. Hello everybody. Hello Claire. Hopefully you can see this, which is great to know. Yeah, a bit different really. I'm going to shut the door because that gives me a bit more space. Welcome along everybody. Anyway, so we are live here on the channel tonight, and we are not just in the narrow screen. So what I can do now as well, which is really quite cool, is I can put a message up on screen now, and hopefully you can see that. So Carl, you could probably see your message on screen now that you've said hi. So that's great. So just running through the comments, who have we got? We've got Carl on, we've got Flossie Tops on, we've got Andy Mortimer on, we've got Claire on, we've got Mrs. Jugs on. Lots of great members there. We had a really good weekend with the cars this weekend. So what have you guys been up to? There's been quite a few events on this weekend. I'm glad you can hear me, because we are doing it quite different tonight. So again, not only have we got it widescreen, we're not using the phone. I've got the laptop at the side of me so I can share some images with you as well, things that we've seen, and I'm going to share some of your cars, because you probably remember I've set a competition to run where I want to see the best voted for viewers' car. I've asked you to post in the community tab, and again, please keep posting. We've got a week to go until we have a winner announced on that. I think the top car at the moment is on, I think it's Rod Gossett, and he's on 17 votes, but I'm going to put some of the cars up tonight that are appearing in the community tab. Please go to the community tab, because that is where your vote can make a difference. That is where you can vote. So please get yourself over there and make sure you vote for your favourite. I notice a few of you that are on already have your car in there already, so we'll look at those tonight. It's been a warm day again though, isn't it, today? It's really quite warm in the garage here tonight with the lights on as well. It's been yeah, a bit of an interesting week, so to speak, with the cars, which I'll cover off in some more detail. But firstly, on that topic, I want to thank a massive thanks to Sean and Lee. If they are watching today, they know who they are, because they rescued Romy on Thursday in the Roadster, because it did have a little bit of a problem, which I will touch on in a moment, which was quite surprising what happened, particularly after it's just done 2,000 trouble-free miles across France. But we will touch on that. We'll touch on the video that went live just yesterday. If you've not checked out that video, guys, definitely get over to the channel and check it out, because it's all about the Guerrance Grand Prix track that we will be visiting when we go back to France next year. So on our road trip, we will be going there. So if you want to go and check out that little circuit that we're going to be visiting, it's really, really cool little bit of track, pit straight garages for all the petrol heads. You've probably seen a few pictures of lots of lovely cars parked in front of those pit garages. Well, we will be getting that same picture next year, which is going to be really quite exciting. So yeah, let's see if we can let's put a message up. So Andy Mortimer says, good evening, Andy, as well. And Claire says, good evening as well. So hopefully we can see those messages appearing on screen, which is really quite cool tonight. And again, if you've got anything you want to post to me, any questions you've got, we can put it on screen and help people find the answers for you. But just going to touch back on what happened last Thursday with the breakdown. I got a phone call mid-afternoon telling me that the car's got a problem. It's collapsed on one side. What could that be? So I thought maybe the suspension collapsed on the Roadster. I did ask Romy to send me some pictures, which her friend was able to do a FaceTime with me at the side of the road. And sure enough, the left-hand front wheel, the near side front wheel, was not on the car anymore, or not not completely on the car. And I was going to put a picture up in the chat, but I haven't been able to get that uploaded in time. But essentially, if you look at the car, normally when the suspension goes or there's a problem with it, that you get that sort of like the top of the wheel goes inwards and the bottom comes out. Well, this was actually top of the wheel hanging out and the bottom still pointing inwards, which was a bit strange. It was collapsed outwards. So I was trying to think what could happen on that. And so my first thought was maybe something, control arm has gone and it's something's collapsed underneath off the subframe. I didn't know. And then I thought to myself, I wonder if all the road wheel bolts are attached to it. I thought it's unlikely they've come off because the car has done 2,000 miles. So anyway, I instructed Romy to get her get a pry tool just to pop the cap off, because it's got the 9-spoke Ronalds, which have got their centre caps, which luckily held the road wheel bolts inside it, because as she popped the centre cap off, sure enough, that wheel was held on by one single bolt. That was all that was left. The other 4 were just floating around inside that, behind that cap. So what's happened there? Because I thought, well, surely the car can't have had one wheel loose and all that journey and not come off. I mean, thankfully, that wheel didn't come off on us on the auto route. So my only thought can be that what had happened is when I have changed the wheels before I've gone away, and I've gone around and checked all the wheels, make sure they're all done up nice and tight, I haven't obviously checked that one wheel enough. So moral of the story is, if you're checking road wheel bolts after changing wheels, check and check again. Do double check around to make sure they're all done up, because the other 3 wheels, all the road wheel bolts were bolted up tight. There was no looseness at all. That wheel just had one nut or one bolt holding it in place, which is now bent as well. Luckily, there's no damage to the hub. So we are okay, I think. I think we are in a good place. But yeah, it's just a bit of a nightmare really for us. But guys, if you've got any questions for me, I'm going to hopefully try and put that picture of that image up in the chat. I haven't seen any comments come through in the chat for a few minutes. Just want to make sure that is all still working and you can see it. Let me know if you can. Hopefully you've got me loud and clear as well, and I haven't dropped off and become disconnected, because that would be pretty awful if you got right. The chat has become a little bit disconnected, because if I go to the other window, I can see it fine. So what have we got then? Nice to see the widescreen. Thank you, Dave. That's very kind of you that you can now see me. Matt says, evening Andy, hi, how are you doing? Who have we got? Ilgris, good evening, papaya owner in Malta. Fantastic. Welcome along, fellow papaya owner. Who else have we got? Andy, I see you. That's great, from Steve. So it looks like I've missed some of the comments. I don't know why it's not updating. What have we got? Stream Elements bot running. Oh, I don't know why that's running, because I haven't got Stream Elements. But we've got Steve Craddock. Good evening. Good to see you on. Oh no, I'm having a flashback. Claire's having a flashback. Never good. Matt said, hi, Andy again. We're all in ST. Claire says, tighten the bolts again after a certain number of miles, I was told. Richard George, good evening, welcome along too. So yeah, so the comments are coming through thick and fast. Now unfortunately, I don't think, for some reason, I don't know why, but I can't get the comments to appear so I can post them up now. Why is that not happening, guys? Ah, there we go, we're all up. So yeah, there we go, let's put some, yeah, so Claire has said, there we go. What's Claire said there? Tighten the bolts. Tighten the bolts again after a certain number of miles, was told. Yeah, okay, so I think that's probably a good idea. I think checking the bolts is definitely a really, really good idea, I think. So guys, if you've got any questions for me, pop it in the chat, because I can now see it. So it is all now appearing, which is quite good. It wasn't refreshing before. So the papayas here, we took the papaya up to Jeff Bedford's meet yesterday in Southend at the East Beach Cafe as well. We were at yesterday. I think we had 19 TTs there yesterday, and of which we had an what's the right word? An extraordinary number, I suppose, of 3.2s. The majority of the cars on display yesterday were 3.2s. I think there were 11 3.2s there, and 2 non 3.2s. There was I think there was a 225 for definite, because we were doing some work on that, and there was I think there was another 225 there as well. I think that the car that is wrapped that goes to a few shows was there as well. They brought their green Fiesta along as well, which parked right in the middle of all the cars, which I did say, can you please move your car, it's not a TT, but they weren't very obliging, unfortunately. But yeah, we like to see all the TTs parked together, wouldn't we? And that's the whole point of it. You know, if you're going to go to a car show, you want to see all those cars parts without any interruptions, I guess. But it was a nice group of people on display yesterday, nice group of cars, but some big thank yous for people that made an effort yesterday. I'm not sure if Paul is on yet. I haven't seen the chat if he is on the chat. But a big shout out to Paul Hutchinson, who came all the way down from up north, did a 500-mile round trip just for a breakfast meet in Southend. So amazing to see Paul, finally get to meet him. He's a channel member as well. And he got to show me his Mauritius Blue 3.2 running those 9-spoke Ronals. So yeah, lovely to see you yesterday, Paul. Thank you for making the effort and thank you for coming down. And we will hopefully get you down to more shows in the future. I think you're looking to come to Quattrophenia, which I am, of course, rocking the Quattrophenia t-shirt tonight. There we go, it's on my back. So this is the one with the white hoops. It's a quite nice little t-shirt, actually. So if you're interested in picking up a Quattrophenia t-shirt, I can put the link to that on screen, actually. So I'll put the link up on screen. Let's see if we can put the link on screen. And we'll also turn the chat off for one moment so you can see the chat is not highlighted. There we go. So what I do, I'll transition that over. There you go. Hopefully you should see the link now. So if you're after any merch from the channel, that's the link. It's on the screen now. It's sellshirts.com /marketplace/Andycharger. And that comes with, let's have a quick look at what that looks like. So the one I've got, and this is the one right now. So they do it in light blue as well. There you go. So if you want that absolutely cracking Quattrophenia t-shirt, because it is a cracking t-shirt, I do really like that one, I have to say. And the one we've got, and of course have a look at the front as well. So there you go, there's the front of it. So the traditional Andycharger logo on the front. Definitely check it out on sellshirts.com /marketplace/Andycharger. You can pick it up. So if you're interested in that, you know what to do. Click on the link and, well, I don't think you can click on the link, but you can make a note of the link and pick up your t-shirt. So hopefully you can, yeah, get yourself one of those. So what I'll do, I'll just turn that off now so we can turn the images off and go back to chatting about the important stuff. What have you guys been up to? Tell me about the shows you've been visiting this weekend, because I'm interested to know what's going down. So Jeff's on. Hi Andy, 1-0. Yeah, good to see you, Jeff. Great to catch up with you yesterday. Paul, and my TT was overheating on the way back from the Southend meet. It was a nightmare. Got home though. That's not good, Paul. Have you worked out what the problem is? Let us know if we can help at all. Mrs. Jugs, we were planning to come down, but it was our daughter's engagement party Saturday, so he wasn't in a fit state Sunday. No, that's absolutely fine, guys. TTs will always be there. So important family events must come before TTs, because there'll always be another TT meet, but there's not always those family events happen all the time. So make sure you attend those. I always say that to my guys that play hockey is, if you know, your families must always come first, because they're always going to be there, and the sports and things, they can definitely take second place. Love that, says Claire. What else have we got going on? Let's see what we've got. Noggy the Noggins went down to Southsea. I did see that for the beach dubbing. Great event. So let's just put that up. So that's what Matt's just put up there. Now, Matt's got one of, I think he's put 3 cars into the viewers competition, actually, from what I see. So, yeah, we'll have a look at some of those cars shortly. What else have we got? Gogs has said, I came across a nice modified 3.2 for sale at a local car meet at the weekend in Scotland. $6,000. The owner isn't on social media. Can I share here? Yeah, if you want to put up the details, you want to put the details of the car up, you're more than welcome to. What car is it? It's obviously 3.2, but what colour is it? Be interested to know about that. And yeah, anything else that you've been to? There were a couple of events on. I think it was the German car show this weekend as well, if I remember rightly, on Sunday. Might be wrong, but I think I'm right on that. So let me know if I am right on that, because I'd be interested to know. What else have we got going on in the comments? Let's have a quick look, see what people are up to. Let's have a quick look. Are they generous fitting wise? What's that on? What is that on, Steve? Oh, I missed a comment there. I can't see what that was on. Dave said, had my chains red last week on the 3.2, 125,000, -1, so happy with that. Well, Dave, if you've got the car to 120,000 miles and you haven't had had any problems, then that's fantastic. What have we got there? Steve Cow says, anyone else getting adverts interrupting the stream? Not sure why you're getting that, Steve. All I can think of is maybe it's because it's widescreen. I don't know if that makes a difference, because obviously I'm doing it different tonight. I'm doing it as a more of a traditional YouTube stream rather than through the camera. And if this is a bit of an experiment tonight, guys. So if you prefer to see me widescreen, then great. Then we will keep this up. If you prefer to see me portrait mode without the widescreen, we can revert back to the other way. It all depends on what you want, really, and what works best for you. I want to make sure that you're getting the best viewing experience. I've not investigated yet, as it's a job for the weekend. It was overheating, sat in traffic, had to pull over a couple of times. In the end, had to run heaters with the windows down to get out of Southend. Wow, yeah, that's not great, is it, if you're in that sort of situation? No adverts for me, Steve, says Carl. Your t-shirts. Oh, what was that? That was, sorry, Steve, that was... Are they generous fitting? Oh, on the t-shirts. Now I get what you're asking for. So I've obviously lost a bit of weight, so I'm a bit smaller. So I'm in a large, Steve. It's a bit tight for me, just to give you an idea. They do a few... These are a bit more tight fitting, or the hoops on it, than the normal style t-shirts. The normal style t-shirts are quite generous, actually. So there should be a sizing guide on there as well. I think the XL goes up to a 46 chest for the normal t-shirts. For these, I think it's a 44. So these are a little bit smaller with the hoops. But there is Quattrophenia t-shirts in all the different colours. And of course, there is these Quattrophenia t-shirts in black, red and light blue, I think. So they are available on the site right now. Yes, Swant said yes to adverts. So Steve Craddock says yes to the widescreen. We'll take a bit of a poll on it, actually. I might set a little poll running who prefers what on this. So we'll see what we had. Was fine once moving properly again. So Paul said about that's that. So who have we got there? So let's have a little look on those comments as we scroll down. Went on a road trip, amazing views, and now my car has crazy clunking sound when driving and binding squeaking sound when steering. Beautiful day, ended up nightmare. That's not so great. So I wonder what that is. Have you got, maybe you've got stones stuck in the brake caliper or in the brake shield, maybe, that could be causing that grinding noise. That can also be a problem at times. Claire says narrow for me, so she'd prefer narrow. Dave says, have always had the odd advert come up, even when it was in portrait, would much rather keep widescreen. Okay, that's interesting. That's 2 votes for the widescreen. Yes, I've got adverts. Seems to get them whether I watch on TV or iPad. It's Andy Mortimer. So are they more frequent, maybe, Andy? Let me know if they're more frequent. Mrs. Judge, no adverts here on the laptop or TV. Carl Foreman says, I prefer the widescreen, mate. Okay, so that sounds like quite a lot of votes for widescreen. Widescreen is good. Okay, so maybe we'll keep it like this. Maybe this will be our format moving forward. It's a bit more difficult for me to drive because I'm doing an awful lot at the side. But as long as you can bear with me, guys, and you're happy for me to be dipping in and out and touching the laptop and sticking images up, then we'll go with that. Okay, so that is the way forward. Hopefully that they won't get too annoying for you. The only thing is what I can't see is I can't see the number of viewers on the screen at the moment. I can't see how many people we've got on. I think we've got, might have that on, does that say 27 at the moment, maybe? Is that what I can see? Hopefully it's that is the right number, and that's what we can see. Let me know, guys, if you can see the number of viewers in the corner, let me know what the number is, because that will help me tie up this end, because I want to make sure I'm getting the best product out for you guys to keep you entertained. So Dave says, I don't know if the chains have been done once. I bought the car with no service history, but I think it's been well looked after. Looking at the MOT history, suspect it must be on the original chains. 25, 26, yeah, so that must be the right number then. Let's pop it up in my bottom corner, which is good. Okay, so I think, Dave, you probably are on At -1 on both chains, it's unlikely it's done 125,000, I guess, is it, to get to that level, because that is, you know, that is quite well. It's quite well done if it's got to that sort of mileage in all that time. So, but yeah, what have we got? So we've got there. Portrait widescreen better, but always like the video at that, as that always seems to help when I used to watch Koi lives with adverts. Not sure why. Okay. Chipmeat says, "Hi Andy, have been restoring my 3.2 over the last 2 years. All done now. Everything is new. Sorry, but one thing has got me baffled. The rear suspension is 23 millimeters lower on the battery side. Has anyone else had this?" So it's lower on the battery side. That's unusual. You haven't got a broken spring at all, I guess. I wonder if you've got different springs on. It'd be interesting to measure your spring height, really, to see if that's where the problem is. Sometimes if the shocks aren't giving you that rebound, they can have an effect, but it's only your springs it's sitting on that's doing that. So let's have a look in the chat, see what people are saying. Be interested to see what people are saying there in the chat. See if we can help out Chipmeat on that. Gog says, mine is 158,000 miles, original change, drives great. Yeah, amazing. There are some cars that really get high mileage. Jeff says, I never realised you had travelled so far, Paul Hutchinson. Sorry we didn't get to chat, but thank you for making the big journey. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't realise Paul was Paul, actually, Paul. So when you came and said hello, I'm glad you came and introduced yourself, because it's one of those things at the event where people are walking around. You probably noticed I was being pulled right, left and centre there. I was only there for a couple of hours. And there were a couple of guys there yesterday that are about to undertake a rat run, I think, down to Spain. And they've bought a £500 car. So I spent quite a bit of time going over their car and just sort of seeing if I could point in the right direction on a few problems there, which was really good to catch up with those guys and see what they've done and hear what they've done. What we've got, no adverts here and never had ads. I wonder if you're watching on YouTube Premium, guys. I don't know if some of you are on YouTube Premium, but if you are, that's probably why you're not getting adverts. Of course, the adverts all contribute to keeping the channel going as well, don't forget. So adverts aren't always a bad thing, although it does mean you might miss a few seconds of me talking or waffling on. But so what am I doing tonight differently? Well, normally I'm broadcasting through my phone to you. That's how I normally broadcast. I normally put the phone on, put it on the tripod, I put it on the gimbal, and the gimbal follows me around. So it's not following me tonight, but hopefully I am staying on. I'm also using my Rode mics, which are these square ones, which are a bit better quality than the normal mics I use as well. I'm using my GoPro to broadcast as well. So I'm not sure what the footage quality like. Is the image better in this format, or is it better when we do it in portrait as well? Because I want to say, can't speak. I always want to make sure I'm giving you a good quality product as well, so that you can see everything you need to see, particularly when we're looking at the cars and stuff. You notice I've got the bonnet open. I'm going to touch on the why I've got the bonnet open in a minute to talk with you as well. I didn't know who was down there, Jeff. I've had a chat. Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? Just these events, I'd say, when you come to an event, and if it's your first event or it's people you don't know, just go and say hi and say who you are, because you'll find everyone will want to speak to you. It's a really friendly community, particularly that South End, mate. That's really good. Lots of great people there. Let's have a quick look. Shipment, did you level the rear? Oh yeah, I thought it said no, it's Chipmeat rather than shipment, but yeah, Chipmeat. Someone said all brand new. Did you level the rear shocks? Ride height, says Gogs. Enemy says not pretty sure where the binding noise is coming from, but suspecting strut mounts and bearings. Okay, so it could be a bit more involved then. The image looks clearer to me. Okay, that's interesting. This is the first time I ever got ads. I've switched to my iPad and not had them now. I'm loving the widescreen. Okay, that's great, Steve. That's good to know that you're preferring the widescreen. Quality is better in widescreen. Watching on an iPad full screen. Great, Dave. Image is better widescreen if you are not using phone. Right, there you go. Sorry, I didn't spot that last bit. Agree, Matt, it's clear and easy to watch for me. Great. So I think we'll probably stay in the widescreen format. The comments are just a bit more tricky for me to read. But, you know, that's a me problem. That's not a you problem, guys. So, yeah. So Chipmeat has said, yeah, he's measured everything. Was like this before refurb. Was hoping it would be sorted, but still the same. Okay, so if the parts you've changed have made no difference, that would suggest you need to look elsewhere. That if you've changed struts and springs, that's not the problem. I wonder, trying to think what else it could be. You haven't got, it's definitely all connected top and bottom, correct? Yeah, so there isn't anything like missing, or you're not missing like a spring seat or anything like that on the one side. Could that be it? I don't know if you've got your spring seats maybe they're missing or they're damaged. That could be something that could be affecting it. Be interesting to know. Yeah, Mr. Film was like this before. Yeah, I was reading that one. Maybe something bent. Yeah, that could be a possibility as well. It's but I think we've got a lot of knowledgeable people on the chat there tonight, Chipmeat. So hopefully they will come up with some solutions for you, and we can get that going. But I think what we could probably do, guys, is we could probably look at some of the cars that have already been entered into our little competition. So I set a competition 2 weeks ago. It's going to be a 3-week competition, and I've asked everybody that's a channel viewer to upload a picture of their car to the not members chat, to the community tab on the channel here, so we can have a look at everyone's car. And I've taken what I think I've got a selection of cars tonight that are in the running as such, that are already being voted. So I am going to try and put these up on screen for you guys. So if you bear me a moment, I'm just going to put that up, and then I will transition that over. I'm going to have to come over here now, I think. There we go. I'll come over here, and then we can talk about those pictures. So guys, hopefully you can see the first car up. Now, for those of you that know this car, this is Andy Mortimer's Merlin Roadster. So Andy has put his car into the competition on the members tab. I'm going to make sure I keep an eye on the comments, guys, but obviously I don't want to miss any of them, so I will scroll back and sit on them in a moment. A lot of people talking about the ads still, so hopefully it's not impacting your viewing pleasure too much. But here we are. We've got Andy Mortimer's Merlin Purple Roadster. Nice example. I have done a bit of filming with this car as well. There's a little short on my channel all about it. It's got some lovely gold BBS wheels on it as well, which are a nice little feature. So yeah, Andy's car always looks great, and I think he was thinking about selling it at one point, but I think he is now keeping it. And I was thinking he might be bringing that to Quattrofenia on the 5th of September. So Saturday the 5th of September is Quattrofenia, and that's being held at Crawley Down, from Crawley Down to Brighton. So we meet at the Duke's Head pub in Crawley Down at 11 AM. So if you want to be there, definitely come along, because it's a really good run. So Andy will be there, but I don't think he's in the Roadster. I think he might be bringing something else. But yeah, Andy's car. So if you like Andy's car, you know what you need to do. Get on that members tab. I keep calling it members tab, don't I? Get on the community tab and give it a little thumbs up, so we know that you like Andy's car. So what have we got up next? Well, I'm not sure whose car this one is, but this looks a lovely, lovely black car we've got on here. So guys, if I show your car, put your hand up and say me, that's my car. Okay, because I haven't got the members tab open as well. Community tab open as well. I've just got the chat open, and obviously what I can see picture wise. So yeah, so what have we got then? So yeah, beautiful. I love it. It says Claire, lovely condition roads to that purple Merlin, and Carl's put very nice. Andy, Carl, I've not seen your aviator grey car in the community tab. Definitely think that one needs to be up there with a picture, because that will get a lot of votes. So there we go. A great looking black roadster there. It looks very shiny from what I can see. It's running the 9-spoke Ronals, but what I can see, so it looks a nice car. Parked on someone's drive. I hope the handbrake's working well, or he's left it in gear. What have we got up next? Right, so this I think is Chris Young's car, I think, if I remember rightly. So Chris Young's up in Scotland, and I think if I look close, is it the Quattro? It looks a Quattro Sport, or a 3.2. Looks a lovely looking car, that. So good evening, Stephen Harper. I just see you jumping on as well. Hope you're very well, Stephen. Seeing your videos been popping up this last week. So there you go. It's Morrow Blue. Carl, it's your car, isn't it, Carl? Me. It's your hand up there, is it? Yes, it absolutely is. It's your car, Carl, that one, wasn't it? Sorry, it's Morrow Blue. How do I enter? So Stephen Craddock, you need to get to the community tab on my channel and post that picture of your car. And I say the winner will be announced next week, next Monday's show, and I will. I've got a few different ideas for a prize at the moment. Don't get too excited, but there will be a prize coming for you. It will be Audi branded as well, so as part of the prize. So there you go. Yeah, that was mine, 26,000 miles. Wow, that's a lovely low mile car, Carl. That one previous one we looked at. But that's in fact, we can just go back. Do you want to go back to it? There it is again. So sorry that I said it was black. It's Morrow blue. I can see that now in this light. So there you go. There's Carl's car right there. So if you like that one, you know, do give it a thumbs up. We've also got, again, so Chris Young's car. So Chris Young's been in touch with the channel in the last week as well. He's got, I think he wants to become a channel member as well, actually, doesn't he? But he was having trouble trying to pay for it, I think is what he was saying last week. I've got, Chip Meat said he's got BC coilovers on the rear. It says springs and spaces even. Tried moving either side to the battery side, still says, yeah, I don't think it's your springs and your shocks then, from what you're saying. Claire's put, is this the viaduct? Good evening, Steve Chesham. Great to see you and Tracy yesterday, buddy. Yeah, and catch up with you and talk about the Green Roadster and its future hood. That was always good to see. So what have we got next in the channel cars? What have we got up next? Now this is a 3.2 as well. I think is it in? I think it's in Ava Silver by the look of it. Is it, or is it a Glacier Blue? It looks like it's got a blue hood as well. Whose car is this, guys? Put your hands up in the chat if this is your car and tell us a little bit about it. How do I get on the community to add pictures? I think if you're on, if you click on my channel homepage, there's a community option there which will allow you to add pictures, allow the members to add their pictures, viewers' posts. You'll see it there, viewers' posts. You should be able to find it. Too many Carls on here, or Carls. Yeah, there is a lot of Carls about. It's there's a lot of Andys about, so Andy Mortimer, me and Andy aren't the only two Andys around the scene. I know that for sure. There's a lot of Carls about. It's definitely guys of a certain age, isn't it, that have these names. There's a lot of Jeffs around actually as well. A lot of Jeffs. What have we got? Evening, Andy. The widescreen is much better. Richard Stevenson, good to see you on. I know you were on the live yesterday, or you watched the live back, and you said it was windy. Unfortunately, it was windy yesterday because Jeff and I were putting up a gazebo when I first got there for his family. So when they arrived, so they could sit in out the wind, and it was nearly blowing the gazebo away. So yeah, it was windy yesterday. So apologies for the wind noise. Not a lot I can do about that when I'm broadcasting live. I should have used my mics actually, and then that may have helped a little bit. But I was just doing it handheld on the phone. But hopefully it didn't detract from the great cars we had on display. What have we got? Steve Credit said thank you. So hopefully Steve's now found that. Right, shall we have a look at the next car? What have we got up next? Oh, I know whose car this is. This is Pip Westrup's. Dave Westrup, this is your collection of cars. Now, unfortunately, it's done it square, so I've only got 3 of the 4, I think, on there. But Dave's got a collection of 4. And he has he opened his garden quite recently, a bit like Springfest, but Dave opened up at Pipfest, I think you had, didn't you? And you had a selection of people come to visit Dave's house, and had a great collection of TTs in the garden. It's always great to share your garden with people and put cars in it, I always think. The best thing to do for gardens. Hopefully, is the footage nice and bright as well, guys? Because it looks really bright on the camera, but on the feed it doesn't look quite as bright. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's bright enough for you. Otherwise I'm going to have to try and find some more lights for next week. But that's Dave's cars. So if you've got any comments for Dave on his cars, then let us know. I'm just going to quickly scroll down, see if I've missed any pictures or any messages. Don't think I have. So we will carry on. So good evening, Ray. How are you doing? Good to see you still knocking around the channel, even though you've sold your car, unfortunately. But good to still have you still here, buddy, and joining in the fun on a Monday night. What have we got up next? Now, this looks like a lovely black... Is that a 3.2 as well? It may well be. Whose car is this? Put your hand up. Whose car? Whose car is this one? Looks a nice one. It looks shiny, doesn't it, on that picture? That looks a great example of the car. And again, guys, if you're liking these cars I'm putting up tonight, you want to go and vote for your favourite, make sure you go to the community tab and click the like option on there's a little thumbs up. Like you put a thumbs up for this video. And guys, if you're enjoying this video, also give this a thumbs up as well, so I know you're enjoying what you're watching tonight. But make sure you go to the community tab and vote for your favourite car, and the favourite one will win a prize next week. So that's a great looking black car there. What have we got up next? And this is a nice looking car as well, isn't it? What's it? Has it got Votex wheels on? Not sure if they're Votex or not from this angle. It's hard because my view is quite small, so I can't see whose cars are. What I should have done was put everyone's name down against the car, and then I would have been able to do it. But again, I've only got so many hours in the day, and I ran out of time over the weekend to get this ready, so I'm a bit sort of flying by the seat of my pants tonight. So hopefully it all comes out okay. Dave, yeah, thanks. I'm not sure why square. There's a 225 black, 3.2 manual, Glacier blue, Quattro Sport Avis, and TTS red. I think the reason it's square is I've taken the images of the preview on the community tab, and I think it shows them as a square image, a bit like Instagram does. So I think that is possibly why it's up there. But this looks another great example of a car there. It looks nice and shiny as well. Is it a Roadster as well? I think it's a Roadster, that one. It's hard to see when you've only got the first little bit at the front there, isn't it? So that's a great looking car. I love those wheels on the black one. Yeah, great. There's some great features there on those cars, isn't there? What have we got next? So this looks like a silver coupe. I wonder whose car this one is. Any ideas whose car this one is? I wonder if anyone in the chat knows whose car this one is. Noggin the noggin. Love those wheels on that. Oh, that's the one question we just had up as well. Is that your car by any chance, Vanessa? Looks a bit like your car, I think. Is that Tabitha? I think it may well be Tabitha on screen right now, which is a nice looking car. They've just had, so Vanessa and Lee have just done the strut brace and the calipers green, like bright green. They look amazing. Lee loves a green colour. He loves a green t-shirt, so he's got a couple of Andycharger green t-shirts and a green hoodie as well. So I know what colour green he likes. Oh no, it's Noggin the Noggin. Oh, okay, sorry, I've got the wrong silver coupe. Matt, you've put in about 3 cars, I think, haven't you? So no wonder. No, not yours, Vanessa. It's because it's so small and it's a silver coupe. I thought it was yours. Apologies on that. Sorry, Matt, it's your one. So Matt's got 70,000 miles, and well, looks a nice car. It's silver coupe. You know, we've had that discussion most weeks about silver, haven't we? About how some people like the silver and some people don't. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you all hear me again, guys? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can, because I've just like knocked the receiver off. Hopefully it's plugged it back and it is now working again. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. There's a photo on the community tab of the strut brace. Oh, wicked. We'll have a look at that shortly. Andy Morton put planning to be at Quattrofinia. I think there's got... if things go to plan, possibly in the new project. If that doesn't happen, I'll bring the Merlin. Okay. Well, whichever car you come down in, Andy, it'll be good to see you. That's good. You've put yes, Vanessa, so that's great. You can all hear me. Brilliant. It did. So this is my little transmitter right there, my Rode transmitter. And as I just knocked the laptop, it fell on the floor, which is not great. But yeah, good. Only just hearing you. Okay, yeah, did drop off. Hopefully you can hear me all fine now. Just checking the battery level on it as well, actually, because we need to make sure we've got plenty of battery, which we have, which is good. The live broadcast is a bit of a trick when you've got all these other gadgets on the go. Right, so that is Matt's car. So that's one of Matt's 3 cars. So definitely look to give that a thumbs up if you're enjoying that one. Marcus Collett's joined us. Hello, Marcus. How are you? Doing a refurb on the starter motor as mine had a problem with the bonding strap between solenoid and motor, was completely corroded. Had to buy a new brushes set. £20 should be straightforward. Good, that's nice, Marcus. I'm glad you're still knocking around. I haven't done that, no. The only thing I've done with replacing parts like that was obviously the alternator. I changed the regulator on the alternator. That's about it. That's all I've done. I sound like I'm in a cave. Do I? That's not good, is it? I shouldn't sound... Did I sound like I was in a cave before? Let me know. Shall I hold the mic like that? Is that better if I talk into the mic like that? Let me know. Hopefully I don't sound like I'm in a cave then. You're coming through loud and clear. Widescreen is much better and clearer. Okay, that's good, Steve. Bit of a difference of opinion then of what I sound like. I'm just going to put that back on there. Hopefully that's coming out all right now. Let me know, guys, if that's coming through nice and clear. Right, so let's move on to the next car off. We've seen Matt's. We've been on that one already for quite a bit. What have I just gone past one? No, there we go. So, I think this is another one of your cars, Matt, is it not? This is the spoilerless car. It's got not a spoiler delete. I think it's an original non-spoiler car. No, you're still in a cave. You've got a bit of echo. All clear for me, Andy. Okay. So interesting. Is the sound okay with regards to it was okay beforehand, before I disconnected, or has it just got worse since I've reconnected? Let me know. I'm going to hold it like that and talk to you like that and see if that's nice and clear. It should be nice and clear anyway. Hopefully it is. I'm just going to make sure though, if you can just bear with me one moment so I can make sure that the sound, yeah, it should be all okay, guys. Anyway, so this is Matt's car again. So Noggy the Noggin, this is the spoilerless car. Looks a nice example of a car. So again, if you want to give that a vote, guys, you know what you need to do. Okay, it's okay now. Yeah, it had 2 of the 3 recalls done, just not the spoiler. Okay, there you go. It's interesting. So it's an original non-spoiler car, which is quite cool. No, you're okay. No. Okay, sounds fine, mate. Good now. Okay, great. Is that because I'm speaking into the microphone maybe rather than having it on my shirt? Fingers crossed it is. That's good. Sound changed a bit when you knocked the receiver, but still okay. Okay, same as before, all good. Okay. Bit of a difference of opinion there, guys. Some people are saying it is, some people are saying it's not, but hopefully it's all okay now. So Matt's car, if you like the look of the spoilerless cars, then you know what to do, give it a vote. Now this one, well, any spoilerless car, if you look at it front to back, it has that quite an even sort of look to it. So when I was in when I was in Belgium, I spoke to Jos, who has recreated that concept car, that Roadster concept, and he pointed out to me how the lines that go, so the headlight and the rear light are the same shape from the side, and the lines that go down intersect means the car is essentially symmetrical front to back. Now I would imagine that would have been a lot more obvious before they added the spoiler, because the back of the car would have had the same sort of slope as the front. Obviously with the spoiler on it, it does break the lines up a little bit. So but yeah, I always think they look nice with or without the spoiler. I actually think personally that the TT, and this is controversial, I know, but I do actually prefer the look of the car with the spoiler. Even though it was forced on the car, I do think it looks nicer with the spoiler, if I'm perfectly honest. But I do also appreciate the look of it, you know, spoilerless as well. You sound better now, Andy. That's good. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for everyone that's putting up that. And nothing to do with holding the mic, it cleared itself. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to put the mic back on then, because it's a bit of a pain me holding it. Hopefully that is all coming through nice and clear. So that's Matt's second car. What have we got here? Now look at this car. What colour is that? What grey is that? Is it Dolphin Grey? Is it maybe that car? What grey is this car? Looks like it's a 3.2 V6 by the rear diffuser and the wheels and the badge and the rear spoiler. Looks a nice car, this one. TT family, how you doing? Downst Mills. My TT needs some love. I got the wrong bolts. Definitely pick up the right bolts for it. So beautiful, yeah. Nothing, yeah, I'll come to reading back from the for the CV axle and replacement rip. I'm sure you can get that sorted out though. I'm sure you'll be getting the right. We agree, prefer with the spoiler. Yeah, maybe we have a little bit of a vote. I should put a poll up, shouldn't I? But I don't think I can put a poll up when I'm not in the portrait mode. But yeah, hopefully you can see it. What have we got? A few people on there's quite a lot of members on in the green. So you guys that are members have obviously got your name in the green. Now, if there's any non-members tonight that want to become members of the channel, you can do so by clicking the join link below this video. There's a membership link down there. And of course, if you want to support the channel as well, there's also a link down there to give me a super chat during this broadcast as well. So if you want to donate to the channel and help support me and all I do, there's a link down below. Buy me a coffee. And normally by the end of this show, I need a coffee or I need a soft drink because I'm so hoarse from talking solid for 2 hours. So yeah, buy me a Coke Zero. Other Coca-Colas are available. What have we got then? I've got new 1.8 model. No spoiler for me. Older models 2000 Audi TT Mark 1. Yeah, the original car obviously was launched without the spoiler, and the spoiler came in to stop or to solve a bit of a fatal flaw in it. Now, I think the fatal flaw in these cars happened when the car got over about 150 miles an hour, which of course on the UK roads, that's not going to happen. But of course on the German autobahns, I think cars were losing rear end stability at high speed and were flying off the road, I think is the reason why the spoiler was added as a safety feature. Just one of those things. Steve Credit, thank you very much, sir, for your kind donation. That's very kind of you. I can just see that turn up on the chat, so thank you very much, Steve, appreciate that. And of course you've now got your business up and running, haven't you, as well, which is great. So those of you that were talking about sort of membership perks and stuff earlier, one of those is a £200 discount if you want your car detailed by Steve's new detailing business. Steve Craddock is running his business in North London, and he has offered all channel members a £200 discount off that service, the full valet service. So if you want your car detailed and valeted, Steve is offering you a great discount. That's fantastic. There's some other great perks as well that we get. You get £5 discount on all your merchandise items as well. Get in touch with me if you want to buy a t-shirt as a member at the discounted rate. Same with the hoodies as well. Of course, you also get free delivery on all Mark Stanley parts, free standard delivery. I mean, how amazing is that? You know, if you're having a big item sent, that can save you quite a bit of money. So that gives you free standard delivery as being a channel member here on the Andycharger channel. And James Steele was also offered free delivery to all people that buy parts, his 3D printed parts. I'm going to be doing a video with James in the next few weeks. He covers lots of parts for the car that are either difficult to get hold of or just nice features upgrades. So a great example being, I'm going to try and grab some bits just to show you while we're talking about that. As I look around to grab some bits, what have I got to show? These are a great example. We talked about these last week and we showed how you fix a headlight right there. So there you go. If I move them across there, these bits right here, these are for fixing the headlight, and they bolt into the headlight at the back of the headlight. Go that way, the camera's not. So these bits, they bolt into the top of the headlight, so you can bolt them on if your brackets are broken. If not, a new headlight is going to be what, 100, 150 pounds. And these kits from Audi, I think Mark said you can get them from Audi Tradition from him for about 40 pounds for these, but from James they're much cheaper than that. So that's one part he does. He's also, on request from me, he's now making the headlight support bracket for inside the wing. There's like a little bracket that the headlight clips into. My one was broken on the inside of my wing, and it was actually half spray painted, where the person that's obviously done some paint on the car hasn't painted it properly. They just gone over it and just chucked a bit of paint on it. That is obviously broken from before my ownership. So he's going to make one of those. So I'm really looking forward to getting that. Originally the price would be £550. Yeah, that's, oh, there you go. So £550 originally for Steve. So, and would take 2 to 3 days. There you go, guys. If you want that valet done by Steve, that is your price. Does it include my chimney sweep van? I'm a member, haha. Sure, if you did it, if Steve would do anything for you, I think, within reason. I think he would do any of your valeting and detailing. If you get in touch with him, he will do that. Right, let's move on to the next car before we forget what we're talking about. What have we got? Now, look at this car. This is looking serious. It looks a little bit, it's had a bit of Photoshop work, I reckon, this one, to make that shine pop like that. Not that I know anything about that. But it does look quite amazing. I reckon this was taken at a car show by the look of the car in the background as well. Look at that. That's an amazing car. Put your hands up if this is your vehicle, guys. Whose car is this one? Be interested to know. But yeah, that is a great looking car there. Nice picture as well, isn't it, that one? So guys, if you're enjoying what you're watching tonight, make sure you give it a thumbs up as well, guys, so I know that you are enjoying the feed tonight. It's always great to know what people are finding. Do you recommend doing a dog bone mount? I've not had to do one myself, but some people do recommend it. I know that Bryn did a great video on that, didn't he? On doing the dog bone mount. I think it was one of his most popular videos. It's a short he's done showing where you just push the engine back and then the dog bone mount bounce in nice and easy, because people are having a job getting the bolt in, because obviously that is the bit that's bracing the engine at the bottom there, isn't it? So that's a pretty cool one. The car was at Springfest, mate. Was it indeed? This particular car we're looking at right now, whose car was this one then? Whose car is this one? I woke up in a new Bugatti. Chris Young must be bagged. That TT looks epic. Anyway, oh right, yes, there was a bagged one, wasn't there, at Springfest? You were probably right, Chris. There was a bagged car here. So yeah, and it was a black one. So that, yeah, it looks pretty slammed. You're absolutely right. There are it's one of those jobs that I think when you bag a TT. I know that you can set the ride height on them, can't you? You can set the ride height and get them adjusted to so that they drive normally. But I always think, what is the actual ride quality like? Is it a little bit wallowy when it's on air? I don't know. I don't know how that, if that's as good as Springs. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I know it's more for like show cars, but yeah, you don't really hear of many performance cars on air, I don't think, do you, really, when they're actually racing and stuff? Might be wrong, who knows? But do let me know what you think of that. This particular car. It is a nice looking car. What have we got up next? I think we recognise this car, don't we? This car might have been on the channel a couple of times, and I think this particular picture was taken at the International TT show earlier this year. And this is Richard George's car, channel member Richard George, featuring his lovely red Quattro Sport. A great example of a car. For those of you that haven't seen Richard's car in the flesh, it was at Springfest as well. Hopefully you're coming to Quattrofino in it, Richard, this year, as it's not too far away from you. A lovely example of a Quattro Sport, this car. Highly recommend seeing it if you've not done so, guys. It is a lovely car, and if you are thinking that's the car I'd like to vote for, then make sure you get yourself onto the community tab and give it a little thumbs up. Like you should give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying watching this too. So please do give that a little thumbs up also. I just keep pressing the wrong button. 1 second, guys, just because I don't want to stop the stream or cause any problems. Stephen Craddock, Cherry Red. It was in your garden at Springfest. Hello, says Clee Mouse or Moose, Clee Moose. Hello. James Still, very no ARB or drop links on the front of mine. Nice. Did the TT or the Bugatti come first? It was also at Jeff's meet a couple of weeks back. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be meeting you in Brighton, unsurprisingly. Yeah, great. That'll be great to have you along, Rich. I'm glad you're coming to Brighton. I'm having a job keeping up the comments now. There's so many comments coming. It's great to have you all commenting on these cars as well. So, yeah, so that's a great example there, Richard's car. What have we got up next? This looks quite stealthy. Whose car is this? James, is this your car, this one? This looks quite a stealthy car, this one. Put your hands up if this is your car, guys. It looks a nice example. It looks quite, yeah, it looks quite covert, this one, doesn't it? I think it's a nice looking car. That's about the air ride. It's very wallowing. Yeah, I thought it would be, James. I thought that's the trouble, isn't it? That you're not going to get the sort of quality ride, I think, of shocks and springs maybe on air. But it's not about that. It's about what it looks like. About it sitting low in your garden and that sort of thing. That's the way to do it. Yeah, so that's a nice looking car right there. So we'll take a look at the next one. What have we got up next? He says. There we go. I think I've got 3 of the same car ads on there for some reason. This is a nice looking yellow Roadster. Look at this one, guys. Now, you don't see many yellow Roadsters around, do you? But this is a nice looking car right here. I know there's a couple that I have seen around. There was a lovely one owned by Steve Chesham that's in the chat. He owned a lovely yellow Roadster until quite recently and has since parted with it. But yeah, you've got to appreciate a yellow Roadster. It does look a nice car, that, on the 9-spoke Ronalds by the look of that. Lovely looking car. So if you like a yellow car, you know who to vote for. What we've got next. Now, this is Vanessa and Lee's car. So, Mrs. Jugs, this is your car, because I recognise the background. This is taken at the International TT show, and you were parked literally just opposite from Richard, were you not, at the show? So, there is the car. I remember Lee spent many an hour polishing and getting this ready for the show and shine when we were there. So, a great looking car. So, channel moderator is Vanessa. So she, her name appears in blue. So she's the lady that's keeping you all honest in the chat and making sure you're not doing anything naughty. And Richard George is also a channel moderator. So it's moderator versus moderator in this one. So there you go. That's about the air. Oh, right. Okay. Just going to look at that comment again. Sorry. But yeah, it's a nice looking car. I know it very well. Tabitha looking her very best right there on screen. So yeah, that's great to see. Tabitha has entered the competition as well. Who else have we got in this competition? Oh, this is an interesting angle, isn't it? So this looks like, is this taken is that the bridge that goes over the Avon? Is that the Avon Bridge, or is that up in Scotland? I can't tell from this angle, but it looks like a 3.2 with the, well, I'm having a look. Can't see if that has got a lip around that rear spoiler. It's a 3.2, or if it's just got the rear diffuser. But again, quite a few silver cars in the competition, isn't there? So guys, you want to be voting for your favourite car, you need to be getting over to the comment section and giving it a vote. It looks a nice car, that one. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stop now, and we'll turn the slideshow. So guys, get over to the comment section or the community section and vote for your favourite car. Tell me what you want. Something I'm going to try and cover as well week on week is some bits that can help you with the car. And so one thing that we know we've got a problem with the Roadster, as you know from going to France, is it didn't have working air conditioning. So I've had the guy back to extract the gas from the air conditioning so I can start taking it apart now. I was going to do that at the weekend, but I ran out of time. But what I did do at the weekend is I was at, obviously at Jeff's show, speaking to a few people about different issues with their car, including the guys that are doing the rat run. They were having a problem with their air conditioning, and we were looking at what that could be. So a couple of things that it could, well, the things I think your air conditioning not working. Firstly, your air conditioning might have a leak, you know, and the gas has escaped over time. And I think that's the problem we've got with the Papaya, because that air conditioning is also not working, as I found out yesterday. So if you've got a leak in the system, now 99 times out of 100, it's normally down to a damaged condenser on the front. So your condenser sits in front of your radiator. It's like a very thin radiator that goes in front of your main radiator. And a great telltale sign, providing your air condition has been topped up correctly in the past, is you might get a bit of what looks like a wet patch on the front that persists. And that's because the air conditioning also has some oil put into the system that is used to identify leaks, essentially, because it leaves an oily residue. So if you get a wet patch on your condenser, which doesn't ever dry, it's because it's that oil leaking from the condenser. You've got a hole in your condenser. That is the problem with this car, because you probably remember when we took the front of the bonnet, the bumper off this car, when we were doing some work earlier this year, we saw that oily patch on the front. So we know that's the problem with this car. And we know that because if I've got the engine running, the fans come on. So if the fans aren't working with the air conditioning, that's normally a classic reason why your air conditioning, and indicate your air conditioning is not working. Also, what you can see is on this part right here, as I pick it up off the floor, here is my air conditioner, speak it right, Andy, spit it out. This is my AC compressor. So the compressor, which is this bit right here, which plugs in right there, has a clutch on the inside of here. And what happens is when you get an electrical charge telling the compressor it wants to work, the clutch engages with this, and then it starts spinning the clutch around. You hear it engage and off it goes. You normally hear a drop in revs when that happens, because obviously the belt is now working harder as it's driving this wheel round as well. So if you hear if you test this, and I could show you in a minute how we bench test it, because all I do is I take my 12-volt constant supply that I plug in, and I just literally run it to the two connectors there, because they're actually broken on this one, and I can hear the click, 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 click from the relay as it's forcing the clutch to engage. So I know this clutch works on this one. So if the clutch has failed on this, which is what's happened on the Roadster, this doesn't ever engage, which means it doesn't compress the gas, which means it doesn't cool your car down. So that's another reason why your air conditioning stops working. Other reasons why your AC stops working is the fans are also controlled by those 3 green fuses that sit in the mini fuse box on top of the battery in the car. So if those 3 fuses are blown, it will also stop your fans working. Obviously your fans can fail, your fan relay module can fail as well. That's about it for failures. There's not too much more that could fail. There's also, I think it's fuse 15 or 16 on the end of the dashboard, I think also controls those fans too. So any of those failures, I think, that fail on the car can cause your air conditioning to stop working. So we will be covering off removing the compressor on the TT, on the silver one shortly, and we get it chopped out. I'm just going to go back through the comments because I've probably missed 1,000,001 comments as I've been rabbiting on there about the condenser. Let's have a little look. I'm just going to go back. So guys, I'm just going to scroll down. Jess, but sadly I won't make Quattrofino Andy's as I'm doing a local run for a great charity. It's called Gold Geese and supports children's cancer. Everything yellow and gold appears there on a short road trip. Amazing. Yeah, it was my Avis Quattro sporting the silver fog, Scottish fog earlier. Great. Right, guys, if you Jeff, if you want to post up your link to your charity, please do post up, and people, if they can donate to Jeff's charity and raise money for a great cause there, that would be most appreciated. See if you can do that. Yeah, Carl says, I'm just going to pin up Jeff's comment there in the chat so you can see it. So Jeff, if you want to type in your link to your charity, I will pin it on the screen as well so we can get people people to donate to your charity as well. Jeff, happy to donate to your charity. Post details if Anne doesn't mind. No, Mrs. Jugs, absolutely do not mind that whatsoever. Type it up, Jeff, and we'll get it pinned up on the channel tonight so we can cover that off. I'm just going to have a little look through. What else have we got? Silver is best. Mrs. Jug says, yeah, cheers. Carl says, Jeff, happy to donate to your charity. Post details of Anne doesn't mind. We've had that, yeah. Mine was the sensor. It had a Schrader valve instead of that one letting the gas out. Interesting. Chris Young just picked Quattro Spot a few weeks ago and fell in love with it again. Number 207. Been searching for Mazzano example, but this came with some nice upgrades by previous owner Bilstein B14s, Leon Cooper R brakes, etc. Nice. When the aircon is on, does the light need to be on or off? It needs to be off. You're talking about the little light on the pull-out switch. If the pull-out switch light is on, it means your air conditioning or your fans, your air circulation is off essentially. Pushing it in, you'll hear your AC come on. You need to make sure the economy light is off as well, because if you've got your economy on, it won't use the air conditioning. Jeff's put, that's so kind of you, but last year they didn't collect donations en route. It's a bit difficult. If it changes this year, I can post up here. It's more for awareness of the charity. Okay, nice one. Hi, Jack. How are you? Good to have you along. I hope you had a great holiday last weekend up in Norfolk. Good to have you along tonight also. Guys, please put up in the comments if you've got anything you want to cover off tonight, any questions you've got for me as well. Jeff Bedford, happy to PayPal you some money for you to hand if it's that easier. Yeah, great. That's very kind of you, Vanessa. So, guys, Jeff will be doing his charity run on that day, on the Saturday the 5th of September. Of course, we will mainly be down at Quattrofino that day as well. So good luck to Jeff in his run. I know is that the one where all the yellow cars go out for the day, Jeff, that I think you've done before. Obviously, I won't be able to go because I'm not yellow, because as everyone always points out, I am orange. But yeah, but still loving the orange. Yeah, so that's quite cool. But one thing I was going to cover off tonight, which I haven't been able to rig up, but I'm going to rig it up for next week, is something that I've actually got on my TikTok shop, actually, which is down here. And it's this great gadget right here. And what it is, I might have talked about it last week. I probably showed you because I bent it all to shape. And this is that endoscope that we talked about last week. So you can bend it all to different shapes, put it into the car. There you go. So you can put it in like that. And it's also got a light on the end of it. So if I show you the end of that there, it's got a little light on the end of it. And what I can do is I can thread it through like things like the front grille. I can thread it down into the engine. I could take spark plugs out and put it down into the spark plug hole and have a little look around, see if there's any damage to the pistons as well. And I can turn the light on and look down there at the endoscope and see any damage. So it's a really good gadget. What I'm going to do next week, I'm going to broadcast the phone footage because it attaches to your phone. There you go. So it's got the lightning connector for my phone. Connects to my phone, look around the car, and then I can broadcast live. So I'll add that to this feed next week so we can look around the car and see things we want to see. I think this is a really good gadget. I think they're about £15 on my TikTok shop. So if you want to look around your engine bay, or you want to look around anything in your engine, you're thinking about how to do it, this is a really good gadget, works with your phone. So I highly recommend that. That's a really good, really cool feature. What else do I want to, oh, I'll tell you what I got as well. Where is that? Looking for this. You've probably seen me talk about these before. I've got a new one of these. See this little handheld polisher? So it claims to go at 20,000 RPM. Not sure about that. But I did set about the bonnet on this car. So if I put the bonnet down, guys, let's have a look. I don't know if it's picked up in the light or not tonight in the camera, but I did polish the bonnet with this, and it came out amazing. So I used this, I polished the bonnet backwards and forwards across the bonnet. The end of it, I rubbed it down with a cloth just to take that sort of buff off the end of it, and it looks amazing. So it's really cool. I think they're about £15 on my TikTok shop as well. So if you're interested in one of those handheld cordless USB charging buffers, what's good about that is I've also got, as he reaches round to find it, I've also got a big DA polisher like this. Now this is really heavy, it's really bulky, it covers a much bigger area as well. They are quite good if you're mopping big areas of the car, but for doing little areas like that, you know, it gets in the gaps that not everywhere reaches. So I quite like that. Now I have got another one which I was advertising as well, which is the long handheld one. Looks a bit ominous, that one. But that handheld one, that USB-C charger one, is a really good one as well. I have one of those, Andy. What was that? So look for the comments. Sorry, Andy, did you say con light off to have the AC on? Yeah. So Steve, on the lights, you've got the little light on the pull-out switch. So the light needs to be off for the AC to be on, and the Econ light needs to be off for the air conditioner to be activated. So you can have your fans going in the car with no AC engaged by pushing the switch in. The light will go off, and then when you've got the Econ switch, if it's Econ is on, that means the light is on when the Econ's engaged. That turns your air conditioning off. So turn the light out, and then you'll have nice cold air conditioning. So both lights out, air conditioning on. Lights on, no air conditioning. How are you getting on without the hose pipe cleaning the TT? No hose pipe here either. Yeah, so what I did, so this had a sponge bath last week. So I'm just looking for what I used. I'm trying to see the container. So what I did was last Saturday, I gave it a spray. I've got a bottle. So there is my snow foam bottle there. So I took a little bit of snow foam out of it, and I put it into a handheld squirter, like trying to find my actual bottle, see if I can find it around the back of the car. Here it is. This is what I used. It's an old glass cleaner bottle, just an old glass cleaner bottle with some bit of snow foam in it and some water. Just give it a squirt onto the car. Just give it a rub off. Of course, if your car is absolutely filthy dirty, this is going to take more than this. But if you keep your car fairly clean, you can just use this, give it a bit of a buff up, get all the dirt off it, and then give it a rub down, and it comes out really well. So that's how I got around the hose pipe issue. So that was all really quite cool. What else have we got? I have one of those, great for light scratches. Yeah, they absolutely are, Matt. They're a really good little gadget. I love that tangerine. You love that tangerine. It is a very nice car, I have to say. But I like my 2002 ALMS in Ava Silver more. it's your car. I should hope you like it more than you like my car. I like my car more than I like your car, because that is what we do. We like our cars, don't we? Keep getting ads for grey hair dye. Well, Matt, you know, what have you been looking for? You could be finding all sorts of things. Steve Craddock's put a hand up there. So what is the hand, Steve? Is that you got a hand up for the cleaning stuff, maybe, because you're the man to speak to when it comes to cleaning cars? Absolutely. Jack, how long sure you had your Audi? Sorry, Jack, I missed your message. You retracted it. How long have I had my TT for? I think you were going to ask. So this one, I've owned this car for 2 years. It is a 2004 Audi TT Mark 1 3.2 V6 in Papaya, one of 41 made for the UK market. Very rare car, very rare colour. So if you see one around in this colour, you've done very well to spot one. There's not many of them about. But we were in Essex with it yesterday. We went to Jeff's meet, and then in the afternoon we were in Chelmsford at the Riverside Inn, socialising, drinking, and yeah, and parking the car up in the car park. I was a bit nervous with it being parked in the car. I don't like to park it near other cars, because we're all a bit nervous, aren't we? And of course, my experience, should I say, with my Silver Roadster, getting a ding in the door from my son coming back late one night after a few too many beers, and just whacking the back door of the Tesla open straight into the Roadster was not the best thing to happen. So a bit nervous about parking this anywhere other than garage. What have we got now? I'm listening to this whilst rebuilding the front suspension. Finally got my pinch bolt. I've been seeing you moan about that pinch bolt. I'm glad you finally got it out, because they are a nightmare at times to get them out. How long have you had your Audi TT and Tesla? The Tesla I've had for nearly 3 years. It'll be 3 years in December. And the TT, this one I've had for 2 years at the end of this month. I can't believe that's 2 years already. Before that, I had a blue TT, blue 3.2 V6. I owned that for 2 years as well. And I've had the Silver Roadster for nearly 8 years now. Wow, where has that time gone? And again, we nearly lost that front wheel this week, but luckily we didn't. Cheers. Surprised to see a live for Mark 1 Audi TT. Kind of nice, really. Yeah, well, we always try and keep the community together. This is our normal Monday night. So if you're joining for the first time tonight, guys, welcome along. It's always great to have you along. Lots of great members in the chat, I can see. It's always great to have you along. It's like our Monday night social, where we all get together and talk about our amazing cars. So thank you all for joining us this week. I suppose it's probably worth going round the horn, guys. What have you got planned for your cars for the next few weeks? Why don't you let me know what you're doing? I see Carl's working on that pinch bolt tonight on his front suspension. But what about the rest of you? What have you got going on? Let me know in the comments and see if we can help or offer any advice on the cars, and see if we can get you going. But I would say, guys, if you're at loose end this week and you're thinking about something to watch, spare 6.5 minutes of your life and take a look at my video of the Reims Grand Prix circuit that I filmed a few weeks ago. I put the video live yesterday, and it's a really good insight into an abandoned Formula 1 Grand Prix track in northern France, which we'll be visiting next year. I'd definitely say check it out. I'm going to start putting links to my other videos in these videos to point you in the right direction. But if you've not watched it yet, I'd highly recommend go and watch it. You're not meant to stop there. You're meant to arrange with the local mayor in advance to stop there. No one seems to do that. I have to say, I didn't do that. And Romy was very nervous about being parked up there. She's like, what if the police come along? I said, no, they're not. There's other people here, so you know they're going to can't arrest all of us. But it does have signs up saying there's no stopping. But there also seems to be some walkways and paths through the area as well. So it does make you wonder. They're encouraging people to go there. You can walk around the whole facility, which I did. I walked up into the main stand, into the main pit area, got right to the top floor, which was great to see inside that building. Imagine what might have gone on there once upon a time. The stands have all got their numbers on all the seats still. It's just amazing. All the sponsors are there, flaking off in places, but they are all still there. And I found some old footage of the track from the 1950s. and all those sponsored logos are still there from what I saw when I was there, which is just absolutely crazy to see. Really is mad to see. Claire, thank you so much for your donation. Very kind of you. Claire sent £10 as a super chat. Thank you, Claire. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you for supporting the channel. You're always a great channel supporter. Thank you so much. What have we got else going on? Mrs. Jug said, German car meet with addicts on Sunday. Is that this Sunday coming? I thought that was the Sunday just gone. Is it this Sunday, that event? Is it? I didn't realise that. That will be really cool. I'm not sure where it's been held this year. Is it Gouda Motor Museum this year? Last year, I think it was. We had that rainbow effect of cars. They were trying to get all the colours of the cars lined up, I think, last year. I'm not going this year, unfortunately. My August is smashed out of ice hockey, Saturdays and Sundays, believe it or not. So I'm playing both days this weekend. I can't get an image uploaded. Something about image exceeds aspect ratio. I need to stop now and do it later. Soz everyone. It's all right, Claire. I think you're probably the size of the image is either not big enough or not high res, or it's too big. I think there's a size limit of 2 megabytes, I think, for uploading pictures. So it might be too big, your image. My project will be done in the next couple of weeks. All suspension is now done. New seals, front bumper repainted and refitted the CCM. Had a light resto underneath, rubbed down, treated and painted. Carl, that sounds amazing. I'm not sure if Mark Stanley's on this week, but we are still in negotiation to get this car from Mark. So obviously Mark has kindly donated, or is going to donate a car to the channel. It's going to be a Roadster. It's going to be a 150 Roadster, because they are quite different cars to the rest of the genre of the TT, believe it or not. Lots of different parts on it. I think the rear suspension is a torsion bar suspension rather than the usual suspension, so that's quite different. So I'm going to be doing some quite interesting work on that, looking at the differences between the 150 and the other cars, and the odd parts that seem to come on it as well. So we're going to be looking at that in depth. I know many of you out there that have got 150s are going to be loving that content, because there's not an awful lot of content around for the 150. So I am going to try and bring you a whole new plethora of videos, especially for the 150. Steve Cowles put fitting new to me cover seals this week. Nice, Steve. That will make a big difference to the car. We watched your Grand Prix video last night. Really looking forward to the trip. It'll be amazing, Vanessa. That is a really, really cool place to stop as well. So I'm looking forward to going back there with you all. Andy Morton's put, got the roof working. Great job. Next job to change the N75. I know we spoke about that earlier today, Andy, so good luck with that. Ordered the new part today. Hopefully you've gone for a genuine part, and genuine N75 in the aftermarket. As we know, sensors should always be genuine, because you end up buying twice otherwise. What else have we got? Cheers from Canada. Great to have you along from Canada. Have you got the overriders on your bumpers? If you've got a Canadian TT, I wonder if you've got those... interesting, let's call them overriders, bumper overriders on the TT. They are quite an acquired taste. Jeff's put, I can't keep up with all the lives you do, Andy. How do you even have a life making them all? I don't sleep, Jeff, is the answer. I've definitely got undiagnosed ADHD, so I don't tend to sleep a lot. Yes, this Sunday, says Vanessa, that must be for the German car show. I'm just trying to keep, the comments are coming thick and fast tonight. It's great to have them all in tonight, guys. Just having a quick look through the comments. Where are we up to? Been painting the chrome exhaust tips, satin black on the TTS. Nick Goodall, that sounds good. Nick is part of the, I believe you're part of the Audi TT Owners Club from memory. I think that Nick, so good to have you along. Chris Young has said, my 225 getting engine rebuild needs a clutch as well as a downpipe. Open to front mount intercooler or hybrid turbo if anyone has one for a decent price, but not seeking big power, just usable power and reliability. Yeah, and Gaydon is the location of the German car meet. Gina at the German car meet. Lee loves her to bits, so should be a good laugh. Yeah, she is going. She did say she was going. Me. Yeah, you're going to enjoy the 150 content. Claire, are you not? Absolutely. Emmerich, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well in Turkey. Yeah, I got that with Gina instead. BWSTT, hello, Bryn. Sorry you're late, but yeah, welcome along, buddy. No worries. Nice to have you along. Emmerich says, is there any update regarding the meet in April? Yeah, the latest update for the International TT show is it is currently still on hiatus for next year. We are in a few negotiations over some alternative venues. The big issue that we have is obviously that it is a free event that we've always organised for people. You pay for what you do with regards to food, accommodation, but the venue's always been free. And then obviously whatever else you do is down to your own pocket. So trying to find somewhere that will give us a free venue is quite tricky, because obviously with it being an international TT event, organising something, we don't want to be selling tickets for it. We want it to be a service for you guys to come along and enjoy. I think selling tickets will put people off anyway from across Europe. So we will do what we can to get it up and running for next year. But as it stands at the moment, it's definitely off. The event in Ypres, if you wanted to go to the event in Ypres next year, you're going to be out of luck. I mean, if you've got a hotel booked, we've obviously recommend people cancel hotels. But of course, if you want to go out there anyway and have a few days just enjoying Ypres, I'd highly recommend it. If you've not done it yet, then definitely go and do it. Maybe we can organise an event out somewhere in Europe, even if it's not a car show. But we might even just go and have a weekend break somewhere. Now, the big one for us next year is obviously the run to the south of France. I was speaking a lot about that at the weekend. It's got an awful lot of interest from people. I can see it being very well attended, even though it's so far to go drive. It's a 2,000-mile round trip just from the French side. But of course, if you'd like to come along next year from the 12th to the 20th of June, please get in touch with me. There will be more details coming out shortly. We're going to hopefully release the route in early September, and we will be naming the locations that we'll be staying at on the days we're staying at it, so you can come along. But yeah, it's going to be a really good event, so that might actually replace the April event completely, because otherwise there's going to be too many things going on. What else have we got in the chat here? What else have we got? So Steve said, evening Bryn. Yeah, welcome along, Bryn. Bryn's put, good to see you. Did you see the email about the design? So hopefully you guys are chatting there. Is BWSTT news on tomorrow? I'm sure it will be. Yeah. Oh, Bryn's got some big news about 2 purchases, so that'll be really cool to watch. And make sure you tune in from Bryn from, I think, 7:45 tomorrow. Bryn, am I right in saying? So definitely make sure you're tuned in on Bryn's channel tomorrow night. What have we got there? No overriders on the Canadian TT from what I've seen. That's good. So I've seen a lot of those pictures of Canadian TTs, and they have those overriders, and they're not my cup of tea. They are quite an acquired taste, I think. So I'm not sure why. I don't know if it was a Canadian law at the time. They had to be fitted for a reason. Maybe for running moose over on the street. I don't know. But there was definitely a reason for them. But they were definitely not a standard fit anywhere else. What have we got? So Bryn says, yeah, he's got big news about his 2 purchases. Emirates is still in Belgium. Potentially, we haven't decided. There's a couple of options. There's one near Luxembourg we're looking at the moment as well. There's one in northern France we're looking at too. We don't really want to go too far from Calais, really. We want to be about an hour and a half to 2 hours max from Calais, because we have a high contingent of UK cars coming. We want to give everyone in Europe a chance to get there as well, so it makes it as central as possible. So we are trying to keep it around that sort of area, but more news will come in the meantime. Steve Harps, but Andy, can you ask people, when I open the door from the inside, the window doesn't drop down, but when I open the door from the outside, the window does drop. Any ideas? That's interesting. Is there some sort of issue with the micro switch by the door handle on the inside, maybe? I don't know. Is there some sort of latch? Maybe Bryn knows that. Yes, I did get that. I'm on it. Right, okay, so Bryn says, thanks. Scottish TT meet happening on the 23rd of August near Dunfermline, if anyone is nearby and able to attend. Is that the meet that's been organised by Peter Loudon, Chris? I know that Peter's got an event he's organising, so that'll be good to get the Scottish TTs together. Hopefully you'll have a great day that day. What else have we got? Yeah, Bryn's put, yeah, thanks Claire, no rush, just intrigued. Claire's put, yeah, you're going to that event. That's great to see Claire's going to an event in Scotland. Great to have that up and running as well for you guys. Emirates says, I'm happily welcome to Bulgaria or Turkey if you can find a place for the meet. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you made the effort. You did a 24-hour drive just to join us in Ypres in April, which hats off to you for doing that, Emirates, because it was a great effort. And yeah, if ever I'm in Turkey or Bulgaria, I'll look you up. Bulgaria more likely because I'll probably come skiing there at some point. Yes, organised by Peter. That's good. Window issue. When you open from the outside, you add slight upward pressure without realising it. So with the micro switch, if it's just a failure point, the little motion will trigger it. Oh, that's interesting. Great bit of advice and interesting take there from Bryn. Thank you, Bryn. Chris answered, awesome, Claire, see you there. So yeah, it's good to see so many of you in the comments just chatting about things that are coming up. Emma, you're amazing. Welcome. Yeah, Chris, yeah, he's done he did a great job coming all the way to Ypres. 24-hour solid driving he did. And I didn't get to spend enough time with you looking at your car. I know we reviewed it a little bit, but I should have spent more time looking over your car at that time. What have we got? I'm just having a look at the so we've got 31 of you on still at the moment, which is great to have you all along tonight. So thank you for being on. So yeah, so this TT, as we know, the 3.2, it also has the air conditioning failure. And I was going to show you with the endoscope through to see if we could see the oily patch on the condenser, but because it's going to be difficult doing it with the GoPro tonight, using that as the broadcast tool, again, because we are in widescreen tonight rather than the normal portrait. So hopefully you're enjoying the new format. I say new format, it's like going back to the old days, because if you probably remember, if you watched in the old days, we used to do TT live on a Sunday now and again. It was a bit of a hit or miss thing. We'd have it on every couple of months to do one. It would be myself, Bryn would be a guest sometimes, Carl Chris would be on it, Don would be on it, Steve Harper would be on it. So there would be a few of us on, we'd have a few different guests. Rappy was on it one week, I think, as well. So we had a few different people join us on the live, and we used a different tool called Video Ninja for that, but we did it in widescreen. And of course, I was having to talk and drive the chat and drive the images and all the other bits of going, which I'm doing again tonight. So it is pretty cool to do that. You've probably seen my logo is in the top corner tonight as well, which is I've added on. And down the bottom is a subscribe link, if you can see that as well. Something we've not done for a while. We could probably let's put up Britain's comment as well, because let's try and make it a bit more interactive there as well, because what we've got, Britain was talking about the window. Let's see if I can find that comment now in the chat, and we can pin it to so in case Stephen doesn't see it, and then if he comes back later he can spot it. Just waiting for my chat to update. I've got so many comments going, just scrolling down through them. Hopefully we'll get to the bottom. What have we got there? Who is that? Mrs. Judge. Thank you very much, Vanessa. Thank you for your very kind donation. That's very kind. I'm just going to post up Bryn's comment there on the chat, so hopefully you guys can see that as well. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for your kind donation to the channel, helping us keep doing what we do here. And we're getting towards that magical number now for the purchase of the new camera. So we'll better use that for this live as well, but we'll also better get some lovely pictures of the cars, and also use that for getting some more high quality definition images when we are filming repairs on the car as well, so we can do some stuff. So some videos I've got coming up for you guys obviously include the air conditioning analysis of what the problem can be. We've got two cars here with failed AC now. Two different problems. One's going to be the clutch on the AC. The other one is going to be the leaky or the pierced condenser, we think. So that's two jobs that we're going to be doing on the car in the next few weeks. So that will be quite interesting. We're also going to do that repair of that headlight as well, the headlight bracket, to show you how easy you can fix those clips on the headlight for just a few pounds and get your headlight back on the car if you've got a broken clip. That's all thanks to Chris. Thanks to James Still. And James and I are going to make a video about his 3D printed parts, because 3D printed parts are becoming an affordable and a nice way to keep these cars on the road. When there's parts that break, these cars are 25, 30 years old now, almost, and they've got parts that regularly break on them. with 3D printing, we can actually get those perished parts and replace a lot of them, the plastic parts. In fact, I've got, I don't know if you've seen in the Roadster, some of you have, because there was some comments posted about Romy's Stanley in the picture. Bizarre, people noticed that. But I put up a picture of us sitting on the drive as we left the drive, as we went off on a date night, as we have on a Friday night in the Roadster. And a couple of people said, Andy, where did you get that cup holder for your Stanley in the picture? And I was like, what? How have you even spotted that in the picture? But what it was we've got like a fold down cup holder that sits behind the air vent outlet. So you've got the air vent, you can pull those out of the vent hole. You put the plastic 3D printed cup holder, coffee cup holder behind. It's like a flap down piece. The vent holds it in place. You flap it down, it folds up over the air vent so it allows air to blow through. You fold it down, you can put a Stanley in it to keep your Stanley in it. Nice little 3D printed part. It's got a bolt that holds the two bits together. So they're a really cool little part. I'm going to talk to James about maybe replicating those. There's a couple of design changes I'd like to make to them as well that I am thinking that maybe James can add into a design for me. What else have we got? Widescreen looking great, Andy. Thank you, John. I'm glad you're enjoying the widescreen tonight. It will give us a bit more scope because I can stand in the screen. You can see the car, although it does mean that I don't get followed around. But what I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks is I'm going to be doing multi-angle, multi-camera. So we'll be doing this and I'll be able to flick between different cameras. So you'll get different views around the garage when we're working on stuff, which I think will be quite cool. We'll have a camera following me. So we'll make it a little bit more like a TV show, I guess, really, as we try and make it a little bit more engaging and interactive. Just going back through the comment in the display doesn't show fully, just for your information. That's because you type too much, Bryn. You have to make smaller comments. No, it's because it's the first night of doing it tonight with that chat window, so I need to extend that. You're absolutely right, Bryn. I will do that. If I put up a smaller chat. So if I just have a look at what I've got going on, what have I got in here? I wonder if I can see if I can find a smaller one. Here we go. I'll put up Mr. John Tudor's message. Hopefully you can see his message now, and that should now appear as well. I can also put up. I think that should now also appear if I now put up Vanessa's message as well. Hopefully you can see that appearing on the screen. There you go. So Vanessa kindly sent me a £10 donation. Thank you so much, Vanessa, again, for that, for sending your donation to the channel and keeping us doing what we're doing. Yeah, I was typing in Turkish, but auto-translated to English, Emir. I see. Now, everyone's trying to communicate in multiple languages, which is great to see. Retain the rear lower window down hold switch for 2 seconds. Longer, then raise window back up and hold switch for another 2 seconds. My windows sometimes don't drop either, but retraining works. Yeah, you can do that, can't you, by holding the switch up in the up position when it's fully up and all the way down for 2 seconds. That does sometimes work. I'm so surprised. Wasn't expecting to encounter something like this here. Cool. Well, we like to include everyone here, Emir, so that's all good. Sounds like you would need a lot of patience doing the windows. Sometimes it does cause you a lot of problems. You guys are talking in Turkish, so I can't read that out. Anyone 3D printing double din apertures? Steve Chesham. Yes. James still is working on one at the moment for that. So if you are interested in a double din stereo, definitely get in touch with James Still. You'll find him on Facebook. I can put you in touch directly if that helps also. What else we got? Auxiliary coolant pump on mine blew out yesterday. Oh, that's never good. And being in Canada, I don't expect parts are that easy to get hold of. I don't know how you get hold of parts in Canada. Stephen Harper for the headlights. New Bison and reflects are a must. I had no idea how to do with Drover candle lights or candlesticks before. So you've done that yourself, Stephen. You've done that. You've replaced those. That's really cool. How close to get in the new camera? Yeah, I'm quite close, Bryn. I'm quite close. I reckon I'm a couple of weeks worth of super thanks is away from it now, I think, and then we'll be up and running. I'm going mirrorless, just so you know, and I'm going for a Sony that I've got my eye on, and it's a ZV-E10 II is what I'm going for. And I'm going to go for a grey stock one because you can get them much cheaper. Okay, it's brand new stock. It comes from Hong Kong, the one I'm looking at. But a friend of mine, you know Warren, yourself, Bryn, it's been he came to the Nürburgring with us that time. He is a big camera guy and he knows his stuff, and he always buys from Norwich Cameras, buys grey stock cameras, and they're always fine. So I'm going with his advice on that as well. So hopefully it'll all be good. Yeah, so good. So fingers crossed I can get that camera, and then I can bring you some really good footage here on the channel. I'm using my Rode mics as well tonight, so hopefully the sound is much clearer than on the phone also, because they will follow me around as I walk around the garage. So you should be able to hear me fine, but the difference is obviously the camera doesn't move. But hopefully now we're widescreen, that's not such a problem. I've got a few reviews that I've got to do as well. I don't know if anyone saw my review of the mini camera as well last week. That's a really good feature, that no wires video that I put up. So if you're looking for a rear view mirror for any of your modern cars that maybe doesn't have a rear view camera, if you're after a front facing dash cam for a rear view mirror in a modern car, sort of like from 2016 onwards, FitCam X do some really good models. The night footage, which I didn't include in the video, is really good as well. I'm going to put a short up about that to show you how good that is at night, because a lot of the cameras aren't great at night, but that FitCam X one is a really nice feature. So that's definitely one. Unfortunately, they don't do one for the TT because there's no power going to the mirror. But I did say to them maybe if they could make something for the TT Mark 1, it might be a useful thing. They probably get a lot of sales on it, because having a built-in dash cam rather than having a separate stick on one for the screen is obviously much better. It looks more integrated. But what else have we got going on? What have we got? I have a Bosch pump coming, was about 40 quid. Oh, that's really cool. That's great that you managed to get one. That's really cool that you managed to get one down in Canada. Some other things that I think I heard about today. I don't know if you're still on, Carl Foreman. I don't know if you're still out there. Hopefully you are. But you mentioned today about that you'd fitted a Bluetooth module into your, replace your CD change with it. So I'd love to see some pictures about how you've done that and what you've done to introduce Bluetooth to a standard radio, concert radio. Obviously this car has got a double DIN Apple CarPlay system built into it because it was done when I bought the car. Did contemplate taking it out and putting it back to standard, but of course I've fallen in love with it since, so I won't be doing that anytime soon. And it did make me think, should I buy another one of those Apple CarPlay devices and fit it to the Roadster? Because the Roadster, while I've got it standard, I am thinking about maybe adding some more comfort mods to it now. It's never going to be worth a fortune, that car, because there's so many of them around. It's nothing special. It's just a 225, bog standard Roadster. I think this is the car that really I want to keep forever. Well, I'm going to keep them both forever, but I think this is the one that will hold its money the best. The 3.2, I don't know if, Brendan, did you touch on the 3.2 value last week? I know you were talking about numbers last week. And I think you said there was about under 1,000 of them left on how many are left. I think they are getting to the same level as Quattro Sports. So will they be asking the same sort of money in the future? I don't know. I think the Quattro Sport and the 225 is essentially the same engine power-wise, and it's got an extra 15 horses under the bonnet with a few extra bits in the car. But this has got such a different sound to it, and there's a bit of prestige, I think, about owning a V6 as well. There's definitely a bit of magic owning a V6 as a driving experience as well. I think these will be sought after in the future, and they are coming down in numbers now. So I think it will be a car of value in the not too different future. The prices do seem to be going up on them. Again, the guy that wanted to buy my car at Christmas for 10 grand came out of the woodwork again the week before last and said, was it still available? Was I looking to sell it now? So the interest is still there with this car. Appreciate it's a rare colour, but there are some prices of cars that are shooting up that aren't even rare colours now. They're quite low mileage ones, I agree, but they do seem to be asking more money. Whether they're getting those prices, I don't know, and that's something I've not really dived into. But I will I will do a deep dive on 3.2 prices at the moment. I did a dive into is now the right time to buy in the early part of the year, but I think I might start diving into it again and seeing if the prices really are going up, or if people just asking for more, not selling them. We don't know. Something to look into. I'm just going to look through the comments. What have we got there? Oh, you are still there, Carl. So yeah, I would really like to look at that, Carl. If you've got any pictures you can show me about and any steps on it, because it'd be interesting to document and share with people. Because I often get people ask me, I want to connect my radio to Bluetooth, but I don't want to, and then they say, how can I do it? And of course, you get the plug-in Bluetooth module for the cigarette lighter, but often cigarette lighter may not even work anymore. Some of them have failed. But also, you can't shut the little cigarette door flap, can you, when it's in there? That's the trouble. Whereas if you've got it where the CD changer is, not many people use CDs anymore, so that's a good option, I think. Silver TT Cab, thank you so much for your £5 donation. Thanks to tips on the Sunday morning meet. We were in the Rat Run Silver Cabriolet and the one with the aircon. Yeah, Chris and Mark, thanks guys. I really appreciate the donation. We had a great chat yesterday, didn't we, about I think you gave me 3 questions, but I'm sure it was a lot more than that in the end, guys, when you were asking questions. But we had a great chat. We talked about the steering wheel, which we'll touch on in a minute. But we also talked about your air conditioning, and we diagnosed and we worked out that your air conditioning actually worked, which was great because we got that working. I wish my car's air conditioning would work in the same way, but unfortunately it doesn't. So you have got working air conditioning, and yeah, fantastic news for your trip that you will be undertaking soon in your 500/4,000 Audi TT Mark 1 Roadster. Great to see you guys. Love the not a roof rack, it's not a roof, the boot rack that you've got fitted on that car as well. That would be a really cool little feature. I wish I'd had that for going to the south of France, because I could have put more luggage on the back. Up above that, we've got Emmy Eric has said, it's awesome, Chris. I'll be attending the international meeting next year with the Turkish flag. If you see it, please come and say hi. I'll bring some goodies from Turkey this time. Nice one. That'll be great. Chris Young, I couldn't believe I couldn't believe the meet you were at on Sunday had all V6s. Madness. Yeah, it was crazy. We had them all lined up, and it wasn't something I noticed straight away, but I was walking along and it was like V6, 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 V6. And I thought, wow, this is mad. There were so many V6s there. I think there was, of those, all those cars that were there were only 2 that weren't V6s, which is just mad. Everyone else had a V6, a lot of V6 Roadsters, V6 Cabriolet coupes as well. It was crazy. It was crazy to see that many there, which makes you think: are they the cars that people are keeping for their weekend driving cars? That people are the cars they're using daily. Are they dailying 3.2 V6s? Maybe not. Maybe they get their 3.2 V6 out for the weekend and they drive their 1.8s on a daily basis. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. There must be a reason why people are bringing the 3.2s out of the weekend, though. No, it sits behind the radio. Just replace the CD changer cable if you have a CD cable. Mine does not so easy. Right, okay. Yeah, so I wondered if it went in the void, because there was I can't remember the brand, but there was a brand that had a unit, a Bluetooth module that replaced the entire CD changer. You unplug the CD changer and you put it in there instead. I've got a CD changer on the shelf, actually. Not that anyone wants it, but yeah, there is a module that goes there. One thing that I struggle with actually on this car compared to a lot of others is the sat nav devices. So you can get those stick-on sat nav devices that go on dashboards that have got a lot like 9-inch or a 10-inch screen, so help you with your sat nav. Which is why this car is so great, because it's got that built-in screen. It's got that lovely Apple CarPlay screen for your nav. And when we went to France, we had the phone as our nav anyway, so we used the maps on their phone to direct us. But those stick-on ones, there's nowhere flat enough on the dashboard to mount them anyway. So I think it almost like needs maybe a 3D printed bracket that goes over the 2 vents, that has like a little bit of an upward stalk, and then a mount on it like that. So Chris, keep saying Chris. James, if you're still out there tonight, let's have a chat. So I've got a thought process for you. I might send you some pictures and see if you can scan something for me and see if we can mount something for a an Apple CarPlay device for the TT. Because if we've got that, and then if we've got a Bluetooth module or replace the aux cable, I wonder if we could then link the two together. Carl, might be an idea, something I might plan with you. I know you like doing little gadgets, so might have a little chat with you about that, mate. Yeah, your cab guys was really good. I hope you liked the story about the S-Line as well, which was quite cool, wasn't it? Yeah, I've met the Blue Music. Yeah, I've the Blue Music on the replaced the CD player. What was that? Yeah, it's the Blue Music one that I have. Okay, cool. So that sounds like a part that we could probably have a little chat about. Hey, just found your channel recently and grabbed an 05 TT 3.2, one owner, 140,000 miles. Thanks for all the specific videos. Been a VW Audi enthusiast for years. Always wanted a Mark 1. Three Rivers. Thank you so much for your comment there. I'm going to pin you up there for that because that is a great bit of knowledge there, a bit of info. So thank you very much for being a new channel member or being a channel supporter. And guys, if you are not members, you want to join the channel as a member, there's a join link below where you can support the channel. And of course, as the Silver TT cab guys have done, if you want to support the channel with a super chat tonight, you can give me a super chat with the link down below, little $sign. You can donate to the channel and buy me a coffee as well. Everything is most appreciated. But we'll go back to the Silver TT cab guys' car in a minute. They asked me some questions, and that the next day those questions have gone out my head, apart from one was on the air conditioning and one was on the steering wheel badge. So they pointed out their steering wheel to me. Now bearing in mind this is a 2001 car, it's a Y-Reg car. So it has the pre-facelift items. And when I say pre-facelift, that's got the black insert headlights. So not the silver insert headlights. It's got the black and silver gear knob, not the complete chrome gear knob, the black and silver one. And it's got the 5-bar grille, as we know. But interestingly, when I looked in the car, it had an S-Line steering wheel. Now, I know for a fact that's not original on that car because the S-Line steering wheel was part of the S-Line model. Now, that came out, I think, in 2002. It came out in just 2 colours at the time, and it was Audi's, I guess, first attempt to do like a special edition. It was 40mm lower all round. That's another point that we're going to talk about in a minute as well, about the suspension. So it's 40mm lower. It had silver insert headlights. It had a all chrome gear knob. It had a little badge on the sills as well, an S-Line badge and an S-Line steering wheel. That's about it. I don't think there was much else on it. And they stuck a premium on this car. I think it was about £4 more expensive for these extra features. So they ran these features on the S-Line for about 6 months. And after that 6 months, they decided in their wisdom, Audi were going to apply this entire set of upgrades across the range as standard. Well, of course, that upset a lot of these guys that had bought these limited edition S-Line cars because they'd paid a premium, and now everyone was getting these same features for the bog standard price. So a lot of these owners at the time, they wrote to Audi, they got together, wrote to Audi and went, that's not on, guys. You know, you've charged us a premium and then you've made these features available. And Audi, to be fair to Audi, they actually gave them a refund of the difference. So they did actually honour their sort of part of the bargain, which was great. I spoke to a couple of original S-Line owners that were able to benefit from having that refund. So that's always a good little story there to add to the evening. But the reason I was going to talk about the suspension is when we looked at this car on Sunday morning, this Roadster was really jacked up at the back, but quite standard at the front. Looked at it for, why is that so high at the back? And the guy said, do you know why that would be so high at the back? And they did say the front suspension had been replaced, but not the back. So we couldn't really work out with the back suspension not being done why it's so much higher. But then it got me thinking, after looking at the age of the car and it being a pre-facelift, we think the front of the suspension had come off a newer car and had the lowered suspension, and the suspension on the back of the car was the original, had the higher suspension. So it looks a little bit like a dragster, I suppose. But that's the only reason we can think why it's so different front to back. So yeah, a little bit of an interesting one, that, guys. So yeah, so thanks for your kind donation, guys, to the channel. Really appreciate that, and thanks for your time yesterday talking about your car, and also good luck on the rat run. So that will be coming up. I think it's not too long till Mark and Chris go on their run. So looking forward to seeing some pictures and hearing all about when you get back, guys. Now I think you're setting off the day before or the day after Quattrophenia. So Quattrophenia is Saturday the 5th of September in Crawley Down. We're starting from going to Brighton. I think you guys are heading off on the 6th. So that's really a bit too close, I guess, for you guys to attend that. But if you did want to come along on that Saturday, then please do come along. So let's have a little let's have a little look at some of the comments then. Yeah, cool story on the S-Line wheel. Got to be a 4K that wheel now, any takers? Yeah, you're the only roadster, I think, that's got the S-Line wheel. Saw a guy selling a rare OEM single cup holder in Quattro Sport Group. I didn't know they did an original cup holder, an OEM one in single. That's interesting. Apparently fits with the armrest. Guess a double doesn't fit. Well, I know for a fact there is no such thing as an OEM car armrest, because that wasn't an Audi feature. That's an aftermarket feature, that armrest. So that isn't a standard feature, that one. Richard, no double ones use the panel and bracketing used by the armrest. Yeah, I have a Sony radio with Bluetooth that the TT chrome cover still covers. Amazing, Steve. Have you had to butcher that at all? September, yeah, you guys are going on. What did I say? Did I say a different month? It was the 6th of September, wasn't it? You're going. You're sure the single one was OEM? Not sure the single. No, I don't think it was, Richard, because as we said, the armrest wasn't OEM, was it? So definitely not the cup holder either. So guys, good to have you all along tonight. By the way, I want to thank you all for being here and joining in the chat. They don't. You cut a double cup holder down. Oh, interesting. So it's not OEM then. There you go. So it's all coming out tonight. But yeah, guys, if you've got any questions for me or questions on your cars or any events you know that are coming up in the next few weeks you want to share with members so they know. We know we've got the German car meet coming up this Sunday at Gaydon Motor Museum. So if you're not already going to that, then maybe do check that out, because that will be a really, really cool event. We've also got, we've got Quattrophenia on the 5th of September. We've got the Scottish car meet on the 23rd of August. If there's any other meets coming up, please put them in the chat so that we can share them and get people attending your events. As I said before, I did used to do a monthly car meet video of upcoming meets. It was quite labour intensive putting it together. It was a bit of a thankless task, because people would give me duff information or not give me the information and then say, why did you not mention my meet? Even though I do ask people to let me know about their meet. So in the end, it just got too much, and I thought it's better to deliver the news for you guys and the events for you guys through the live meets that we do on a Monday. And I'm sure that Bryn will cover off some of his meets on a Tuesday, or some meets on a Tuesday in TT News. I'm sure he's got some great items coming up tomorrow night. Again, the latest on the 150 rotors. So we've got to work away. I think Mark's looking at getting it MOT'd first. We are looking to get that to me somehow, so we're trying to work a way of getting that roast to me. So if there's anyone in Wales that wants to fancy driving it down to me, or driving it halfway and meeting me for the channel, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm sure we can work something out. Otherwise, it's going to be about £160 train journey for me to get down there, wasting 7 hours of my life to get there. Because I could drive down there with the wife, and she could drive back in the Tesla maybe, but it's a long way to go. And time out for us both to be spending. I don't really want to put her out to go and do that, really. So maybe I could hitchhike. Maybe I could make a video on hitchhiking to South Wales to pick up a car. Although I'm not sure how successful that will be and how safe it would be, so maybe I won't do that. Have you sorted out a route for Quattrophenia, says Steve Cow? Yeah, we do the same route most years. Now, last year we did a slightly different route, but most years we do the same route. We follow the traditional London to Brighton route, so we go from Crawley. In fact, if you go back in my channel, there's a Quattrophenia route video on the channel, so you can go and find that and check it out. We leave the Crawley, the Duke's Head pub at Crawley Down, and we head down through all the villages towards Turner's Hill. Go up Turner's Hill and down towards Ditchling, up Ditchling Beacon. We'd sometimes park in the Donut car park at the top. Now, I'd say last few years it's been so busy there that we haven't managed to get parked. So we get there. So what we'll probably do, up to the top of Ditchling Beacon, across the top of Ditchling Beacon, and then descend down to Brighton. Then drive out down the A20, the A259, as far as... Where's the Amex? It'll come to me in a minute. Oh, not Halland. Oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, we drive down and go towards the signs for the racecourse, go past the racecourse, descend down into the marina and park up. Now, you can go straight into Brighton instead and navigate down towards Madeira Drive, which is the traditional London to Brighton route. But it's so busy going that way. So we will probably bypass that and head out to the marina via the Amex, not Withdean, that's the old Brighton football ground, isn't it? What is it called? What is it called? It's going to drive me up the wall now. Anyway, so we're going to go that way for to Quattrophenia. Posted images of OEM, apparently cup holder in the community tab, guys. I don't know for sure, only what Jeremy claims in the post. Yeah, I don't think the single cup holder is an OEM, Chris, to be honest. Pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure the double cup holder is the original one. Quattrophenia, haha, nice. Yeah, that is Quattrophenia. Right there, there's the t-shirt. So that is the official t-shirt for Quattrophenia 5 on my back right there. In fact, if I put it up at the start of the show, but let's put that back up right now. Let's put up the t-shirt, shall we? Let's put that up. Let's transition that over. So there is the t-shirt that we're talking about right there. So that is the Quattrophenia blue. They come in a few different colours. The one I've got on is black, but they also do a light blue and a red one. There's a few different colours of those on the channel as well. And I'll also put up the URL for that as well, so you can see that. So if you want to pick up your t-shirt, you can pick up not only the Quattrophenia t-shirt, but the normal Andycharger t-shirts, Andycharger hoodies. And that's on sellshirts.com/marketplace/Andycharger. There's some really nice quality stuff on there. Those of you that have bought stuff, I know many of the members have bought t-shirts. Always great to see you at events with rocking the merch, actually. Always nice to see. And they are nice quality. These hoop t-shirts that have got the collars and the cuffs as well, they are really nice quality, actually. They're really quite fitted, though. That's the one thing I will say. I'm in a large, and I'm a lot smaller than I once was, and it is quite tight still. I don't think the microphone helps because it's pinching it together a little bit. So I'm probably about 42 chest now, and this fits me perfectly, just to give you an idea. But let's have a look at the back of it, actually, because the back of it is the cool bit, I think, on this. So let's have a look. So there's the back. The back has got the Quattrophenia logo for our event across the top. And then, of course, this is the 5th edition of the event. So it's got the number 5, the Retro 5. So there's a lot of t-shirts on the merch store in different colours to look like football shirt colours, actually. So it's got that real Mexico 86 look about it, about the numbers and stuff. So yeah, really cool little t-shirt. So if you're after one of those, definitely go to that sellshirts.com/marketplace/Andycharger to pick up your t-shirts. So yeah, so that's all pretty cool. So guys, do put up your comments in the chat as well, so I know if you've got anything you want me answering, or the other people in the chat if you want them to answer as well. What else have we got? I'm fading. Am I fading or you're fading? Mama found a box of blues. I'm not sure what that is. I think the TT shop originally put the double-legged armrests made, and there was a company in Germany that did single-legged armrests. I had one but never used it. Yeah, I don't think they're original things though. I want one. Can you post to Canada? Yeah, Blaine, if you go on the website, If you go on the website, you can order to Canada, I believe. They will ship to Canada. So definitely have a look. Lear's wearing his Quattrofini t-shirt at the German car meet for you. Plenty of advertising. Thank you so much, Vanessa. You and Lee do a great job for that. When's Quattrofini, Bryn? Quattrofini is Saturday, the 5th of September. So in just 4 weeks' time, it is being held, and we start 11 o'clock at the Duke's Head pub at Crawley Down and drive down to the marina. It's a really, really good day. We have about 50 TTs normally on average turn up. Some years more, some years not quite so many. We all line up at the top of the marina car park for a picture. Always looks great, that picture. Everyone lined up and yeah, rocking out the TTs in Brighton. We all go and sit on the marina and have some great food and drinks and just have a great chat. It's a really, really nice chilled out day. So I hope many of you can come along and enjoy it and join us this year and enjoy it. There is no original armrest, you're right. Yep, there you go. So Bryn has spoken as well. There is no original OEM TT armrest. So if people are saying there is a TT armrest and it's genuine, original OEM, no, it's not. This one comes in long sleeves. This one, I can do this in long, I think we spoke about last week. So Claire, drop me an email afterwards and I'll do you a special edition long sleeve one. Tell me your colour and I'll try and put you one together on the store. Good point on the breakdown essentials, Jeff. Yeah, after last weekend, I know that there are definitely some breakdown essentials. Brake switch, wasn't it? I think that's what it was, wasn't it, last time? Brake switch. I think you boys set off to Euro Car Parts and spent most of the afternoon trying to get a brake switch for your car. Brake switch is something I'm going to take off that breaker still. I haven't taken that off yet. Need to take it off, so we've got the spare bits on that. Again, that needs to go this week, really. I sold the roof rails yesterday. So, Will, if you're out there, you bought the roof rails off the black car, but not for the rails themselves, but for the rubbers that came on it, because he couldn't get the rubbers for it. So I sold him a great set of roof rails with the rubbers. Are in great condition, so he can paint the rails on his Mauritius blue car and then fit the rubbers to it, because the rubbers are in a bit of bad state. But yeah, good to know that TT is still able to help people all this time afterwards. Now it's just like a bare shell. So yeah, we will be going shortly, because of course once Mark sends me the Roadster, then we'll need to make some space for that in the garage. I am going to try and have a bit of a sort out in the garage and a bit of a throw out, and I'm going to convert the end of the garage, which you can't see, into an actual studio. So I'm going to have it all lit. I'm going to have the cameras all set up in there, so we can do a broadcast from the studio, and then we can also come out of the studio and the cars will be here as well, so we can have it a bit more of a setup for permanent studio rather than doing stuff like this that I have to set up every week. So yeah, hopefully it'll give you a better product long term, guys, because we are in week 31. I don't know if you saw the picture, and of course featuring this week on the thumbnail is Paul Hutchinson, that did a 500-mile round trip to be with us yesterday at the Southend car meet. How amazing was that? Great to have you along for that, Paul, as I've already mentioned, I know. But yeah, it was really quite cool to have you there yesterday, and on the effort you made to get there. So thanks everyone for coming along yesterday, all those 3.2 owners. And yeah, it was great to catch up with you all and talk about your cars. So it was great to see the guys with the Silver Rose that are doing the Rat Run in September. I've kind of fallen in love with doing road trips now after doing that French one the other week. That is definitely something I want to make sure I do more of, because these cars are definitely meant to be driven. You know, it's all very well polished and keeping in the garage like this one, but that's why it's worth having two if you can, because then you can use one like this where you keep it for special occasions and for taking to car shows. But then they're such great cars, you want to drive them, and I definitely want to drive my Roadster. And I will be driving it next year to the south of France again with many of you. I know that are joining me next year. I'm looking forward to it. But there are some other trips I'm looking to do. I was speaking to someone, a British couple that are living in France, in northwest France, and they talk about a road trip they do down the west coast. So taking in Ile de Ré, and the is it Bordeaux there? I think it might be Bordeaux, and a few of the cities on that west coast. Sounds a great run, and it got me thinking, well, I should go and do that. So, you know, that's my plan for next year, to do more road trips and go and see more of Europe in the car. So there will be more road trips coming to the channel. And of course, guys, if you are not able to join us next year, but you're thinking you want to go to Europe and see something a bit different, even for a day trip, get yourself over to Calais, drive 2.5 hours to Reims for the day, and go to the Guer Grand Prix circuit, the one I visited in my video that was out just a few days ago. Or yesterday, did it come out? It came out yesterday even. So if you want to go and check out yesterday's video on that Reims Grand Prix circuit, that abandoned Formula One track, go and check it out, because I think as a petrol head and a car lover, that's something you should definitely go and see. I'm just going to see if I've missed anything in the comments. I'm sure I haven't. I'm sure you guys will be shouting out if it's if I've missed anything. What have we got? Week 31. What an amazing effort! Thank you very much, Carl. It's I've been doing it, 31 weeks now, which is really, and in fact, it's 31 weeks of 2026. And I did do a few towards the end of 2025. I did them through December as well. But we are doing it every single Monday this year. We're going to be live on the channel. So 52 weeks we're going to do this for this year. So I'm not sure, does Christmas Day fall on a Monday? Because if it does, we're in trouble. Because Christmas Day and New Year's Day are going to be live broadcasts. I don't think it is. Hopefully it's not. But I'll be live, whatever. I'll be live on those Mondays just to keep you entertained and keep talking about cars. Because not everyone is, you know, Christmas is not always a jolly time for everyone. I know that. And so if there's people that aren't, you know, having a great time at Christmas, then obviously, hopefully my live will give you something to watch and talk to and, you know, make sure that you're no one's alone at Christmas, as I always say. But let's see what goes. What does Bryn recommend keeping off the breaker? Yeah, did we have that conversation last week? So if Bryn's still out there, maybe you can tell us if there's other things. Someone did say, oh, I think Mark Stanley was telling me some bits last week, actually. So Bryn, what should I keep on that breaker that I might not have already taken off if you're out there? Mark did mention by the age of the car, to remove, what was that part now? Oh, the airbag module from behind the centre console. He mentioned keeping that, didn't he? So that'll definitely be something we need to look at, because he said if it's pre-2001, I think, or if it had a letter code on it, it was worth some money. So that would be one we take off. Most things are taken off that car now. There's not an awful lot left on it. Most things have been sold off it. What else have we got? The Rat Run TT is on 175,000 miles. What's a few more miles on a few more road trips? Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you do if that car does come back, I would be delighted if you would join us on that South of France trip next year. It'd be great to have you guys along. I'd love to hear all about the Rat Run trip. And I think you would be seasoned pros for long distance driving to come on that trip next year. I think you'd enjoy it, and it'd be great to have another silver roadster along for the trip as well. So if you can make it next year, it'd be great to have you along. Chipping off now, Andy. Everyone have a great week, and cheers again for all the TT chat. Until next time. Thank you, Jeff. Great to have you along tonight, buddy. Thank you for organising that event yesterday and keeping us all entertained. It was great to be at your event yesterday. Definitely drive them. Drove mine 4.5 hours back after purchasing. Definitely fun to just cruise around in. Absolutely Three Rivers. They are a really great fun car to drive around in, and yeah, I highly recommend picking one up for yourself. I'm no good at telling you what to keep. I'm lazy when I strip them and leave loads of bits on that don't sell quick enough for me to justify the time or storage space. Okay, cool. I wonder if there's any like rare or high value items that may be buried deep in the car that would be worth keeping. So that airbag module was one that Mark Stanley recommended I take off, so I'm going to do that. Christmas Day is a Friday. That's great. So Mondays will be safe, but again, we will be live. Sorry to ask, are you getting the Tesla in on Wednesday? As I said, don't know what makes them tick. I probably will do, Vanessa. I will get the Tesla in on Wednesday. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to do not TT Live, but I'd like to do Tesla Live on the Andycharger electric channel. Because guys, if you watch me here, there's also Andycharger _electric, which is my other channel, which is all about electric cars. It's only a small channel. It's only got a few videos, but I'm trying to grow that as well. So if you're interested in finding out more about electric vehicles, about charging, about the frustrations of driving them, the range anxiety, not rage anxiety, but range anxiety people have for driving them. Go and check them out. There's a few videos over there. Andycharger Electric. If you can subscribe to the channel, it'd be most appreciated. I want to grow that one, so I get to the point I can do lives on there as well and talk to more people and share information about electric vehicles, because I love petrol cars and I love electric vehicles. I spoke to a friend of mine yesterday. So a friend of mine who I was friends with many years ago, and we've lost touch over the years. And we went to an event yesterday afternoon. We had a memorial game from another friend of ours who had sadly passed away at the start of the year. And there was a lot of old faces I've not seen at the ice rink for many years. And I was sat there with this guy I've not seen for many years. And I said to him about electric vehicles. He goes, oh yeah, he said, what electric vehicle you got? I said, I've got a Tesla Model Y. He said, I've got a Tesla Model Y. And I said, you're not rich. If I could keep one of my cars, believe it or not. And I said, TT live show, I'd keep that Tesla. Obviously, I'd have to keep that as well, but I'd keep the Tesla. I love the Tesla, best car ever driven. And he said, you know what, of all the cars he's driven, he would keep his car, he'd keep his Tesla as well, because he loved his Tesla. Now it's really controversial now, and I know you're all going to probably slate me for saying that, but I do love it. And if you've not driven an electric vehicle, I highly recommend you try one, because particularly the Model Y, because it is an amazing car to drive. Unrivaled torque is what I'd say from that, off the mark, unbelievable speed. But it's not as enjoyable as driving around in a Mark 1 Audi TT in Papaya, because when you're driving around that, I find when I drive past shop windows, big glass shop windows, your naturally head is drawn to looking at it. Make sure you don't crash into someone in front, of course, but you're drawn to look at the car going along in the window. I love that. And I don't do that in a Tesla, because I don't want to look on it on the outside. I don't want to look at the car. I enjoy driving it, but it's also the only car that Romy likes driving. She doesn't like driving the TT. Controversial, I know, but she says the steering's too heavy, so she doesn't like driving the TTs, but she hasn't got a choice. Right. We love our EV, but petrolheads at heart. Yeah, Steve, exactly that. You know, there's a place for both, I think, in society. It's not a one or other. You haven't got to love one or the other. You can love them both and appreciate they've got both different points of life, really. The electric vehicle I think is here to stay. It's a different driving experience, and it's got a different purpose, because it's cheap motoring, really, from a fuel perspective, as we know. You know, it's maintenance, it's next to nothing. It's just a different motoring. Sometimes people say they're more expensive to buy. I'm not sure now, because I think prices are really coming down and fluctuating around a lot. So if you can shop around for some good deals, new cars, absolutely. Are they the future? I don't know. I think there will be other fuels that may come along next. I think hydrogen is still another option, which would be a really good thing. Methane is another option, because obviously you've got the Methalox rockets that SpaceX fly now with the Starship and the Super Heavy booster. That's another thing, because they can manufacture that fuel on foreign lands, foreign planets. So, you know, who knows? We're getting a bit off topic here. We're not really talking TTs, are we? But yeah, it is what it is. £5 for 300 miles, no brainer. Steve, 100% agree with you on that. Lee and I are petrol heads as well, but I'm just interested. It's nice to know how they work. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to do that. It's a struggle to get the Tesla in the garage because it's massive, but I am going to get it in the garage, and we will do a Tesla review. We'll talk about some of the features on it, some of the functions on it, how it works, how you drive it, how you get into it, because the number of people that come up to my Tesla and go, how do I open the door? Or if they get in the car, they go, how do I get out the car? Because it's not straight, that's not obvious unless you've opened the door before. The handles are a bit interesting, but once you've done it once, you know. It's very clever tech for a driving, you know, for a cabin comfort perspective. With the AC in it is out of this world. It's nice and cool. The audio visual in it is amazing as well. Great experience. Got some really funny gadgets which I'll share with you as well on Wednesday. We'll reveal all of that on the channel. I might even do it widescreen. Let's see, we might do it widescreen. We might revert that one to doing it in portrait, because it means I can be a bit more mobile with the camera. So we'll have a little look. I'll have lots of questions, just a heads up. Now that's all good, Vanessa. Always good to share stuff on Wednesday. Wednesday's a different show, guys. Doesn't have as many people along, but if you can join us on Wednesday, it'd be great to have you along. I've been live for 2¼ hours now, so I think how many people have we got on at the moment? Is that 27 people on at the moment? Not sure. That 27 people. You're all still enjoying what I'm watching, what I'm saying, but the trip down to Southend was a tank and a half, but I'd never replace that sound. Paul, amazing. And I presume you were running it on super as well. You weren't just running it on standard fuel, so I bet that was quite expensive. But great to have you down there yesterday. Thank you so much for coming along, and thank you for being the cover art for this live show today, because you and your car are the cover picture as well. So I did put a picture as well up as a post of me and you together yesterday as well, just to share that. So definitely got that. We have a BYD Atto, 3 great cars. Yeah, they are amazing cars. Definitely more people that own TTs that have got electric cars now that are coming round to that way of thinking as well. So it's quite pleasing to see that. But I'm probably going to wrap up in a couple of minutes, guys, because there is we've all got beds to go to. I don't want to keep you from them any longer. You've been with me for the last 2¼ hours, which is amazing. I want to thank all of you for being along. Again, if you want any of the merch for Quattrofenia, you want to have your t-shirt like mine for Quattrofenia, definitely check out the link, because there is a link to that on the channel, which I'll just put up again in case you need that. So if I put the link up now and transition it over, there you go. So there is the link for the t-shirts. It is sell shirts. If I go, I can do it along like this. Look, if I go, so it's https://sellshirts.com/marketplace/Andycharger. There you go. That's the benefit of being able to look at the screen while you do that. But yeah, so if you're interested in picking up one of these great merch t-shirts today, definitely check it out. I think they look amazing. I get so many compliments on it now. Everyone wants one. And my wife's going camping next week with the kids. So the kids, they're 22 and 19. But they've been going camping as a group of lots of them for ages. And they're all taking their Andycharger hoodies. Their friends have got Andycharger, so it's going to be like an Andycharger fest, I think. So I'm hoping it's not too cold for them, and they can be wearing their Andycharger t-shirts as well. But I want to thank everyone that has purchased the t-shirt and helped support the channel and all we do here. So thank you so much for doing that. But yeah, definitely check it out. Guys, I will just say thank you once again for all your kind donations and super chats tonight. It's amazing of your support that you give me. Thank you so much. I'll be live next Monday with Audi TT Live, of course. As always, every Monday I'm live with Audi TT Live. We'll be announcing the winner of the competition. So again, get your cars posted up to try and get some votes. The car with the most thumbs up and likes will win a prize next week. It's an Audi branded prize and a couple of other little goodie bits in the bag as well. So you will be picking, I'll be sending that out to one lucky winner next week. So definitely make sure you are in with a shout of that. And yeah, thanks for being along tonight. If you can join us on Wednesday on the channel, please look out for the Tesla Live, as it will be this week. Not Fiesta Live, but Tesla Live will be live on Wednesday. Please join us then for more chat. I will see you all next week. If not, have a great week. Keep your eye out for videos on the channel. Make sure you watch the Guerre video from yesterday as well, because it really helps me. Give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you give the video a hype by swiping the comments along, giving it a hype. That really helps it too. So thank you once again for being amazing support to the channel, enjoying what I do, supporting what I do, and I will see you next week. So thanks everyone, and see you soon. Take care.